tell me you didn't hit record
On that
yet?
note, welcome to D&D.
Exactly. Welcome to Storm King Thunder, where me and a bunch of my nerdy-ass friends get together and we like to play Dungeons and Dragons.
That's what, isn't this? What would be the D?
As a D&D other way. There you go. Yeah. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Perfect. Okay. Tonight we are on session 52 of our campaign, which is if we played actually weekly, which we pretty much do now, is a year's worth of sessions. So another milestone for us, boys. Last week on session 51, the Lords of Nightstone returned from the city of Maelstrom, where they had met with the Storm Giants. Wait, were you here for the Storm Giant session?
Oh, the first part where we met the sisters.
Okay.
And we were kind of sus about the two people with the sister.
Yeah, the Imperator Uthor, who is Hecaton's brother, and then Counselor Imelda, who is one of his advisors. Okay, I just want to make sure you were at least caught up to that point. Once you guys finished your business there, with a wave of her ruling wand, Princess Sarissa dismissed you from the grounds of Maelstrom, and you were pulled back through, returning to the city of Nightstone, where you guys had quite a bit going on. You ran into 285 and found that he had just got the tattoos that he was they were being worked on while you guys were away, and he got a couple of things. He got a bear skull for killing Goldbrand. He got the traditional tribal Uthgard marks for being a fully blooded Uthgard. He got a rack of antlers that start on his pectorals, actually cross over his sternum and branch out over his shoulders. And then a ring of broken chains, almost like a tribal sleeve, around his 285 on his arm. And you guys were invited down to Chaska's hut to get your own ink. Z got a wolf skull for killing Seiko, and a sleeve with flames at the top and the phases of the moon. Ark got a dragon skull on his back. Pandora got an anchor and a sword of Armand hammer, sort of making a figure 8. And then Goldbrand got several trophies for the kills that he had acquired, and Bergen wants to get into the nice cemetery, so he's going to hold off. But we do want to open this up to you as well, Brandon. Does Davos want to get any ink while he's down there? It's reward-based, so, like, since you killed a dragon, you can get the dragon skull tattoo. But if you have any other major accomplishments you want to mark, you can get those.
I'll think on it.
Joska squints her eyes. You want that fucking Pegasus on your ass, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Yeah, think on that, and sometime for next week, shoot us something and we'll get you inked up.
Right.
You guys also spoke with Safine, who told you that Akinaria, the pyrokinetic elf that you freed from Ironslag, is in fact not a descendant of the Ruby Dragon. However, Zafuhiri has taken an interest in her unique abilities, and is sort of taking her under her wing. You also talked to Tabitha, who told Goldbrand that he had a stain on his soul, and that in purchasing one of the slaves of Amergo, that he, Amergo's god, which they discovered was the dark god Merkel, the god of death, had laid a claim to Goldbrand's soul. Tabitha was unsure of anything that could remove that type of mark, short of divine entities. You guys were speaking about your plan and holding the golden goose token in hand when Velgalis came up, recognizing the token, and told you a little bit about the Grand Dame. He told you that it was owned by Lord Casper Dryland, the LKD who purchased Avalon, Pandora's twin sister. Said that the ship was well guarded and no weapons or armor were allowed, and that he liked the bartender, a friendly enough man. You guys had a fashion sequence where you guys got some new duds, or at least the frog fighters, as I've forgotten to keep calling you, got some new duds. Z got a sharp gray suit with orange accents and ruby cufflinks, with persuasion being your skill of choice. Pandora got a baby blue dress with a corset and a veil to hide her face, with deception being her perk. Ark is in full pirate garb with a long red coat and a black hat, adorned with a 3-foot rock feather, to be just absolutely insane. You chose intimidation, and then I looked up the 3 of you previously what you guys had made. Goldbrand, you had a finely woven dark suit with leather and metal motifs. And intimidation was your chosen perk. Davos had a formal, form-fitting white suit that went up to the collar with golden suns as buttons and Lathander motifs. Deception being your skill of choice. And Bergen got, quote, ruffly medieval dancey time clothes, which I thought was hysterical. Loose sleeves with purple and green trim, and persuasion was your skill of choice. You guys are wearing these clothes at the moment, so if you will remember that, you guys do have advantage on those checks while we are here. You guys went to Yatar, the city where you knew the Grand Dame was docked, attempted to scry on Avalon. Since you had never seen her, you were using Pandora for your base, and you've excuse me, the check was failed by 2. So you didn't find Avalon, but you did find Pandora. Goldbrand sought guidance about the moot, and he saw high cliffs, a series of unusual islands, and Uthgarth that were foreign to him, as well as a unusual wyvern-like creature. Z had a rather graphic nightmare, reliving the worst night of his life from the perspective of the werewolf who slaughtered his people. He was reliving a memory that was not his own, but of the wolf spirit that he now houses. Not the word I want to use, but you guys also talked of who you thought the traitor in Hecaton's court was. Goldbrand and Ark seemed to be inclined that the Imperator Uthor, the military leader, was a likely suspect. Although the group was pretty vocal that everyone seems pretty sus and has sort of their own motivations. So, sketchy shit. Murky waters to wade through. You guys did make it to Yatar and checked in with some of the locals to ask of Lord Casper Dryland. He was said to be a cruel, short-tempered man, opulent beyond reason. I mean, his keep is literally plated in gold, and he keeps several concubines. But he's also prone to headaches. The party hid all of their one-handed weapons in the bag of holding, including Goldbrand's wooden sword, which is technically a two-handed. You guys do not have your shields or your axes. So if you have a shield, go ahead and unequip that for me. You are wearing your armor underneath this clothes because it is mithril. It fits underneath your regular clothing. You guys paid a skeezy smuggler, a dragonborn lizard folk, who charged you 800 gold after haggling him down and paying half and half to bring the bag of holding aboard for you. You guys, I thought about this after. I'm going to say you totally do have that fucking anchor because you did get a nat 20 on your deception check on the way in. So you've got your anchor on you, and then all the other weapons are in the bag.
It's a fashion statement, Eddie. Look
exactly.
It up.
A sign of strength.
It's not a weapon.
It's for docking ships. Don't you know anything? God. Bergen is also wearing the Ring of Winter. You managed to get by the security agent Ming, who seemed to be reading your thoughts upon entry, and did not search you guys, but just asked questions. And she almost got Goldbrand caught into a corner when he was hiding information from her, but Pandora jumped in and managed to divert him enough to where between the two of them they got away with getting him in. You then met the satyr Akik, who, as the bartender here, makes excellent drinks, and recognized Pandora because he himself is a friend of Avalon. He told the lords that the servants all have iron bands around their ankles that when they leave the ship grow impossibly heavy, and they either drowned in the river, or if they try to get onto docks or another vessel, the weight is so intense that it shatters through the wood and embeds them several feet within the riverbank. It is fatal for them to exit the ship. They did manage to lose a bit of gold at the gambling games, but quickly made it up when they were able to successfully swap in the fishy dice and use those to win 3 consecutive games of rollies against the house and claim the pirate ship. Yeah, for sure. You guys... you guys also, Pandora managed to sneak her way upstairs and do a little bit of stealthing around. The place is heavily guarded, so it was difficult, but she managed to get the keys off of Lord Casper Dryland, which were not really keys at all, but rather a ring of a ring of metal that had several small stones with runes etched into them. And these runes corresponded to the anklets that the servants were wearing. Josh was able to subtly slip those to Akik and get him to unlock his one ankle. And in his excitement, he quickly swapped to the other side, and the stone grew red hot, as it was not the correct rune. It seems there was a different one on each of his ankles to make this more difficult. He did pass his second check, even though it was at disadvantage, found the second rune, and was able to free himself, and passed you back the keys. Where we last left off... to do that, they needed a distraction of the guards who were watching around the captain. So Davos jumped up and played Proud Mary, and Rolling on the River distracted everyone enough for Pandora to get her keys. And where we left off, Lord Casper Dryland, clutching his head, took his personal concubine, Avalon, up the stairs and into his personal quarters, seemingly withdrawn from the pain brought on by the music. Not a jab at Davos' skill, but just prone to headaches in general. And with that, I think that's where we're picking up tonight's session. Anything I forgot, left off? Snyder Mark's comments? Sexual propositions?
I'm curious how we left the Storm King's castle.
Court? Yeah,
Court,
so
yeah.
The Princess Sarissa, while she will not take the throne, the Wormskull throne, she does wield the ruling scepter, which is a divine artifact made by the Dwarven gods. It gives her ultimate authority over her personal domain. It, combined with the Wormskull throne, would make her queen, but she's abstaining from that because she believes that if she does so, her father will be weakened and killed. So it was literally just a wave of the wand, and you guys felt that same dizzy, spinning sensation of being sucked into the whirlpool before you appeared on solid ground in Nightstone, along with Zephyros and Harshnag.
And we still have the conscience, like we can go back whenever
Correct,
we want?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you have... You can send 5 people whenever just by blowing them. If you get 5 giants to blow them, you can send as many people as you wish. Oh god. You bastards.
I was refraining.
Surprisingly. With that, my dudes, Lord Casper Dryland has just retreated up the staircase to go to his personal quarters.
Captain Migraine?
Captain Migraine, indeed.
Well,
You guys are currently more or less gathered, on the lower end of the ship. Ark and Davos are in the northern room, while Bergen, Goldbrand, Pandora, and Z are in the hallway just outside the kitchen, sort of in the middle of the ship. We're going to pick up there. What's the plan?
I don't know. We want to pose as like little maids or chefs or something and go knocking on Fuckface's door, Captain Migraine.
We would have to get uniforms and stuff. Does anybody have... So Goldburn has passed without trace, but I don't believe we're going to stealth check our way up a fucking spiral staircase in the middle of the ship. Does anybody have any alternatives?
Invisible.
Yeah, I also have
How many-
invisibility.
How many can y'all get with that between both of you?
Greater invisibility, me,
Greater.
or a creature. So
Tell
just
me about
one.
that kitchen crew wants a break.
Just one. I don't know if there are any spells that
I mean, I can
cast
use.
a bunch of it.
I can twin it and get 2. That's the most I could do.
Does it upcast and let you get another target, or is it just
Well,
the
I
one
think
period?
they're looking at greater invisibility. What about regular?
I don't think I have regular.
You may not because Bard.
Yeah.
If you cast a spell using a slot there, you can target 1 additional creature for each slot above 2nd. So technically, I can upcast it quite a bit to get additional creatures.
I also have Misty Step.
I've got a plus 13 to my stealth, so there's that.
Misty
doesn't
Step,
help.
you acquire... Misty Step, you have to see the place you're going.
It does
Is the
say
only
that.
caveat for that.
You could,
But that's not a bad idea.
You could also have Dimension Door, but
I
it would
also
be
have-
loud.
Yeah,
That would
be a
like,
little trickier.
Get the fuck out material.
that draws my attention.
Yeah, or go in with a bang. Although I think
Doesn't
it might
it really
be smarter
say?
to... I don't know where we go. We're on a ship. Oh, man. hate it. Let's just burn it down, y'all. Let's just start
It
right now.
doesn't.
Oh my
doesn't
God.
say.
Do it, burn it.
Do I
Doesn't
have
say it would be
do we
loud.
have the rune keys?
I
Have our
don't think
favorite
it's
friend?
loud per se, but you would have to use verbal components.
If it makes a gateway.
Ming,
I'm sorry. I was meaning loud as a metaphor. Makes a gateway. It'd be very noticeable. Makes a door.
you
Okay,
also
I got
know that Ming, the security agent in the casino room, is actively keeping an eye on you guys and trying to. If you do any casting on the ship, she's likely to notice. Maybe not likely to notice, but there's a possibility that she will.
So
I can cast sleep.
We could divert her attention.
Oh, you mean on her?
Yeah.
Alternatively, some of us probably have charms, but those are very temporary.
Yeah.
Unless someone has suggestion. Not very temporary.
no.
Also,
I
as a
think-
side note, do we have the keys before we go on this foray upstairs?
No, indeed. Do we
You-
have them or is
you do.
Avalon? Okay, we didn't get them to Avalon.
No, Akik, you gave them to Akik.
but not
Akik
Avalon.
gave them back to you with a bottle of, it wasn't twin runes, or matching runes, it was twin runes, let's say rye, and slipped that to you with the keys.
Okay.
Mhm.
Making sure before we start all this shit.
No, yeah, very good point.
That's
So,
Um,
row.
People are trying to make their way by you in the hallway, and it seems as if your presence, is causing enough of an obstruction to be noticeable. You get the idea that you need to dissipate or act quickly before too much more attention is drawn to you.
Well, why don't we go out onto the deck then and discuss? Just like
You would.
yeah.
Yeah.
you know, I can barf over the side of the ship, make it look like got some seasickness, and my lads are helping.
What would the potential consequences be if one of us started like a bar fight?
You would gather that the guards on the ship, and I think Akik told you there were about 20. The guards on the ship, Captain Storn, Ming, and Lord Casper Dryland, would likely grow hostile. You don't know exactly what the consequences would be, but you gather probably not good. Even if you could defeat them all, the chances of one of them slaying Avalon, if they recognize Pandora and realize that's your intended goal, there's a couple of things that could go, pretty south if things get noticed.
Okay. Speaking of Akik, maybe
Indeed, yeah, he's a handsome fella. No, go on.
maybe I mosey over to him and I just want to ask him how much he knows about the layout of the upper floor. How close is
Excellent
that
question.
guard?
He
Because there's
close
two
enough
rooms
to where
that
you
are-
won't be able to just outright ask. You've got to try to do it subtly. So I'll let you see. Let's see how you do that, Josh.
Oh goodness gracious! I knew I shouldn't have even asked. I should have just been like, "Let me ask him the question."
If he ever delivers drink to patrons upstairs, maybe see if there's.
Yeah.
So
Room
I had
service.
to go stop my dogs from getting into it. I'm a little behind. What are you? Are you? doing?
Nothing has changed. You're good.
Okay.
I'm currently trying to figure out a code in which I can ask Akik what he knows about the up. So I know that there are 3 rooms that we potentially have not explored upstairs that have to be
Correct.
one of the possible locations of him.
Oh, let me add on to that. You also know that 2 of those rooms are cloth doors. Pandora looked into one and saw it was a crew quarters for the actual crew, not for Lord Casper. The 3rd room has a physical door, a wooden door.
My assumption is, which one's got the wooden door?
The first one.
I think
you're
that's
looking-
probably Migraine's head. Yeah, his headspace.
This
there.
one's the wood, and then these 2 are the cloth doors.
I
Okay.
You
know-
also could gather from your trip up that the first room, the bottom one, is the largest of the 3.
Okay, yeah, that's where he's at.
it's got to be where he's
Yeah.
at.
So I'm gonna mix the 2 things ideas
A
I
drink?
had earlier. Yeah, actually, Gobrand, not knowing that it's pretty common in today's real world drinking society, he goes to get a drink before they go outside. So he goes and gets
Okay.
like whatever he gets to drink, closest thing they have to straight liquor. He's gonna walk out to here since he sees Z.
They have several types of straight liquor. They don't have something close to straight liquor.
Well,
God, fucking Uthgart.
Whatever's
Gay
brown.
yeah.
He gives you another shot of that bear vodka.
Yeah. Devin's like, yeah, but Goldbrand will like it.
He hears the name Bloody Mary. I think he wants that.
I love Bloody Marys.
You do have to go watch our D&D mixology clip because it was pretty fun to make, no lie. Wish I could make some fucking fantasy goddamn drinks.
It was pretty cool. Goldbrand's gonna stand out here on the deck since he sees Z hanging out like he's gonna talk to the bartender, but he wants to inspect the upper level to see if there's windows. Because I wonder if we'd have an easier time
Excellent question.
sneaking
Roll
in
up-
through that.
Roll a perception check for me.
So just so we're clear, we're trying to save Pandora's sister?
Correct. Yeah, your
Yeah.
two main goals are to get Avalon out, and also to find out. You know that Lord Casper Dryland as... Oh, and I was incorrect on this last week. He is the owner of the ship. Captain Storn is the captain, but Lord Casper Dryland is the owner of the ship. You figure that as the owner, he likely has strong ties to the Kraken Society. So you're trying to figure out from him, or anyone else that might be affiliated, where Hecaton is in the Trackless Sea. You know he's on a ship, you know he's bound, and in some type of stasis, but you do not know where that ship is.
So
those are the two-
info from the captain.
Captain Migraine, yes sir. Perception check 11? Everything's a little blurry, Goldbrand. You're like on drink 6 or 7. The lights are very bright, and they're colorful, and they kind of pulsate a bit. You're having a hard time sort of getting your bearings. But you could voice the idea and see if somebody else is a little sharper.
I'm also outside, so if you want to,
So maybe not stumbles, but I can imagine it takes Goldbrand a little longer than it should to cross that part of the deck to get to where to find Pandora. But he would eventually make his way to her and ask her. Unfortunately, I can't really see the outside of the ships. Are there any windows up tops? We might have a better means of entrance.
Wow, you really are drunk. Okay, let me see if I can perceive
He's
some
real
windows.
Where are you, Pandora?
there's
Oh, you're at
my-
the very top. I see you now. 17. Okay. So, Goldbrand rolled pretty poorly, so he didn't even notice the windows on the current level you're on. If you guys look, you see these two little gray spots with a little brown in between? Those are all windows. They're not full-length windows, but about, I'd say maybe 2x2, maybe 3x3 at the most. If it has a light brown line like this one, it's a doorway. Same with this one, and this one way down here at the bottom. So there are windows on this level. If you look up, there are windows on the upper level as well. I will reveal just a little bit more so you can see them.
Heck yeah.
We ain't got all the climbing ropes, do we?
Bloop.
I do, I think.
Oh shit, you see an arm on one of the window ledges for 17.
He's sticking his arm out the window.
Now he looks like he's resting on getting some fresh air, might be a little fucked up. You do see there's two windows that you would gather go to that larger room, and then one window each for the crew quarters.
And to answer your question, we actually do have a rope of climbing in the bag of holding, which I assume is still in the bag of holding.
Correct.
So my new vote is pass
And I
without
got the cup of
trace.
drinking.
Oh god.
Pass without trace, climbing rope. Just
And
maybe
again,
try to...
I can upcast it, or I can just twin spell it to save the extra spell slot. Because I found out you can't twin something that you upcast to make it affect more than one person, interestingly. So I can't
You
quadruple
can't?
it. Yeah, so
I was thinking if you cast it at the 5th level, twin it and cast... Oh, but it's also a concentration spell.
yeah, but even
Let's
so,
see.
I read, and apparently with twinning, you cannot twin you could target two creatures with it, but you cannot use twinning on something that you upcast
That targets
already
multiple
target
creatures. That's right, yeah, because you can't twin a fireball, for example.
Right, so
'cause
my
it
thought was I
targets
could
multiple
upcast
things.
it to target 2 and then twin it
Interesting.
and target 4 with that, but I can't. It won't. You can't stack them. They're not
I gotcha.
multiplicative.
Well, I mean, if Davos
Word of the
doesn't
day.
have regular invisibility. Okay. I was gonna say if Davos can get himself, you could get several others, but they may
Well,
not have enough spell slots.
My other thought was, I think we've learned the hard way that even with invisibility, the more people you send in, the more checks you have to pass to succeed on things. I'm never a big fan of splitting up, but I can always get to.
I was about to say, do we all need to go?
I just like crawling through tight
Yeah,
spaces.
I think so.
Yeah, due to Josh's premonition earlier, we're gonna do as least rolls as possible. So,
Roll
love it.
3 nat ones. Are you?
So,
yeah,
like,
that's bad
I-
At
juju.
least they were all nat 20s. I mean, if it were all 20s and 1s, the odds of that are like 1 in 8,000. Like, it's fucked.
fuck that.
Indeed.
If you
My
think
new
we ought to
motion.
go.
My new motion is that we use Pass Without a Trace and the climbing rope, and you just you guys try to cast invisibility on the people that have to have it most. So I don't know what
Okay.
your stealth is, Davos, but Bergen.
I have a
I'm,
plus
my
5.
Goldbrand's isn't great. I don't know about Arc. I know Pandora's is good.
I think me and Gilly should stay on the bottom level and be back up just in case we need or needed. We can just run
Does
upstairs real
someone
quick.
want to like go like deliver a drink to his door under like a guise of working here and try and distract him
I
from that
do
way while we sneak in
have
the back?
advantage on deception.
Oh man, I feel like we would need. Can you make yourself look different? Can you make yourself look like one of them? Goldbrand points to anybody serving drinks.
You see that all the people dealing cards, I forget what the proper term is, the dealer,
Dealers.
but I feel like there's another word for it. All the dealers, Akik, not the guards per se, but the guards are wearing armor, but everyone else seems to be wearing a uniform. Rather simple, crisp and clean, black and white mostly, with just a little flash of color at the breast pocket. Does not seem to be. You do know that the 2 staircases are in public areas, and that getting up there, you would have to move by guards and others that might realize you're not one of the crew.
Hmm.
Can I walk in the kitchen and ask how much it would take to persuade somebody to part with a uniform?
Tell them they need a break and then just walk them out in the bathroom.
Okay.
Or do Splinter
Um,
Cell, sure.
I take a break.
You
I'm a
go
new
in
guy.
and you see several people. There is an actual guard within the kitchen. You see a tall, lanky human who's stirring the seafood gumbo, probably about your build. You see a hardier orc who seems to be grilling up slabs of meat. You see a couple of elven servers who seem to be getting appetizers and carrying food out into the dining room. There's definitely a mixture. Who do you try to approach?
I know what the difference is, but I think this person right here, the one that's preparing whatever that dish is on the corner of the counter.
That's
Just
one of the
offer
elven
them
servers,
some
if that's cool.
herb at
Yeah,
least.
fine by me.
Okay. All right. You approach, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still waiting for your food? We should have the last few orders out in just a moment."
I've now made a complete change of plans. And I say, yeah. What the crap is this? Oh, it's Dryland. And I say, yes, actually, Sir Dryland seems a little bit angry that his food is not upstairs in his quarters yet. Is there any way we could speed it up a bit?
She goes, "Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, I tried to deliver it out to the dining room, but I see that he had made his way elsewhere. If he's upstairs in his quarters, I'll take this tray up right now." And she begins to walk toward the door with it.
That works too. Works too. She's going to be knocking on the
Yeah.
door. I can have
Much
my-
better than asking for somebody's clothes, TBH.
Oh, like audible.
If you're like me,
I should probably make a deception check.
I don't want to do that.
I know you don't. I'll give you advantage because you're doing a very logical thing.
Whatever. I don't need it.
Oh, they.
Ah!
Okay.
Yeah.
The premonition was wrong, bitches. Excellent. She actually immediately, like, she even grabs like an extra basket of bread and butter to put on there, and she double checks everything. All right, 2 steak knives, 2 forks, all right, spoons, all right, and you see her make her way up. She seems to be going through the dining room
2 steak
staircase.
Okay. Where's Pandora?
I'm going to be making my way so that y'all can cast whatever you want to cast, and I can poof into the cat dimension.
Yeah,
Indeed.
I don't know if anybody's mad about this, but I think I'm just gonna let her follow her so she can at least get a peek in the door and slap some invisibility on her.
Solid plan.
Okay.
You rolled that on
Alright,
your ones earlier.
Pandora, roll a stealth check. I'm gonna say, well, before you do, pass without a trace, I'm going to say after this time has gone. It only lasted an hour. You guys are actually several hours into your trip, so probably should have called it sooner. But if you would like to recast it, now is the time to do it.
I guess we have to decide pass without trace or invisibility.
I know where to stand. Oh, I can do pass without a trace.
I thought we talked about maybe both.
Yeah, let's
what's
go
the
ahead and do it
compounding
because
effect? I guess I want to know, like...
Invisibility would give you advantage, and then the plus 10 would be added onto it. So the higher of 2 rolls plus 10, plus whatever your actual stealth modifier is.
Invisibility is only good for a minute, though.
yeah, I can go ahead and pop pass without a trace, just because it lasts for an hour. So since it lasts for and it sounds like once she gets the information we need or confirms he's in there, we're going to be trying to go in there to mark him in or question.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If we can keep him in his room, in the confines of his room, we can kill him without alerting the whole ship, hopefully.
So we're gonna...
I know that's not the case. I know that bitch down there, Ming Ming.
Ming. It's just Ming, which is already racist. It was Pow Ming, which I thought was super racist. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna reel it back a little bit.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
Ming Ming is somehow more racist. So way to go, Barbara.
Are we making
Barbara,
Pandora invisible, and then she's sneaking in behind the server?
That's my thought, and if you want to, by the
just, like,
way,
squeeze in the door.
if we want to time this out because she's going towards the one in the dining room and I can see that Davos is in there, I can twin it really quick if you want to sort of act like you're walking out the back door so it's not terribly obvious you're invisible. And you can follow her to make you feel better. I don't know. It's up to you.
Okay.
I just don't... It's up to you, but if you guys randomly decide at the last second that you're going to try to, like, sneak attack, silent assassinate him, it might be good to have backup. And
I'd at least like to incapacitate him.
it is good for up to an hour of concentration, not a minute, so...
Take
So
off
wait,
his skin.
you're turning greater invisibility into an hour-long spell?
I don't know. My
I
standard
think it is
invisibility is
an
an hour. Yeah.
Normal invisibility is a minute, and then greater invisibility. Yeah, normal invisibility is a minute, and when you take an attack or do an action, it stops. Greater invisibility, you can attack and do that while remaining invisible, and it lasts longer.
Joey holding the big dice is making me nervous.
I'm waiting for it.
In D&D Beyond, it says concentration up to a minute. If you're
Mine's-
telling me I get an hour, then hell's yeah.
No. They're two different spells: invisibility and greater invisibility. Invisibility is like a second or third level spell. Greater invisibility is like a fifth, I think.
But what's weird is when I'm looking
Fourth.
at invisibility right now, just on my character sheet as a second level spell, it says concentration up to an hour.
Okay, yeah. Greater invisibility, which is what I have, is just a
It's a
minute.
minute.
I don't
Because
have
Oh,
it does more
I see.
things. It's
I wonder if
In
my,
a shorter span of
I
time.
wonder if my invisibility is weird because I get it as a shadow touch trait for my background versus a standard spell slot. I don't know.
Well, like,
it's just
Joey,
What's
whatever. I can attack and still be invisible, basically.
gotcha?
with
only for a
greater-
minute.
Yeah, only for a minute. But that's maybe you should go with her. Z gets
that's what I
her.
was thinking.
Yeah, Z gets her. You get yourself. You guys go in there. At least then, like Z was saying, she has some backup. You can message us? Question mark. If we need to come in there,
Yes.
I think it's a pretty solid plan. Me and
You can message with the greater invisibility and not be revealed. That's fair. You know you've got 60 seconds, so you've
Right.
got to be out of there before you poof back.
And
But
just remember,
or in his room.
Pandora,
Or hide.
You do not have the freedom
True.
to take an action without potentially poofing back out of invisibility, so be careful.
I do
Say
have
that again?
my
I missed it.
base stealth though, so like
She can't
Indeed.
take an action. So that I believe that implies she couldn't even unlock the door if she had to. We have
Well,
to be right behind this girl.
If we want to be incredibly technical, the description of it says that the spell ends for the target if they attack or cast a spell. And technically, yes, doing a check
or cast a spell.
attacking
For
the
regular
door, I guess, if
invisibility.
you want to get, whatever.
No, I would agree with you.
No. Yeah, I agree as well. Because, I mean, it wouldn't, like, a stealth check wouldn't make it go away. A perception check wouldn't make it go away. I don't think a sleight of hand check to pick the lock would. I see how there's an argument to be made for that, but I'll be generous.
All right.
Won't make it Skyrim rules to where if you unlock the door, poof, immediately.
Oh, my use is gone. I cast it. The deed is done.
So
Excellent.
Gobran
Pen-
wants to
Pen-
go down
so
here. And
Well, hang on. Before we get to that, I need Davos and Z to make a stealth check or a deception check to try and cast a spell without being noticed. Davos, I
Oh,
will
damn.
remind you, you have advantage on deception checks because of your duds. Josh, I don't remember exactly which one you get a perk to.
There's the first one. Did it go to roll 20?
I don't see.
I did not see. Nope.
On Beyond, I saw a
Let's
16.
see.
I got a
Let me check.
19 and a 16.
So let me check because I think I actually sent you that I wanted to choose deception, and I'm not gonna fudge the numbers here.
I do remember you sending me the message. I do not remember what the roll
This is
was.
already kind of nuts. I think I'm gonna go with deception. So I did put in writing I'm gonna choose deception versus
Fantastic.
persuasion. So I'm gonna make another roll.
Go ahead.
Oh my god! I rolled another 4.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll two checks real quick. Z, you're this fancy metal dice. You know, I rolled 2 checks. Z, yours was a 17.
No.
But Davos's was a nat 1. And with a nat 1... Another nat 1... You can't even see it, but... This was the original nat 1, and here's a new nat 1. Look at that shit. Alright.
Hey, the dice got
The prophecy of the one.
Absolutely. Davos, you like round the corner to try to like disappear through the doorway like was suggested. And right as you do, there's a guard. And like you come face to face with them, like right as you're like using the somatic components. But the guard like sneezes and closes his eyes, and with a snap, you disappear. You're peppered in a little bit of snot, but you're gone before he opens his eyes back up. Pandora, you do manage to slip behind this guard. Both of you make a stealth check with advantage to get upstairs. And are you both going up the upper staircase? The server is going through the upper one.
Yeah, we're following the server.
Okay.
I'm staying at the
Yeah,
bottom.
you
of the
said
staircase.
stealth with advantage.
Indeed.
Did you cast
Me too.
23.
Or did you want to?
I wanted to, but Goldbrand will have to make a check too.
Nah.
And I'm also
Now,
wondering.
Goldbrand, if you're on the outside of the ship still, I'll give you advantage on that stealth or deception check.
Okay, because that's what I wanted to say was he was going to walk this way and try to do it like right here as he's passing through here, because you know she's all the way down
Yeah.
here. But do y'all think y'all need it with the advantage? I think it's worth
I
it.
don't, but
I was about to say, it's probably one of those things it's better to have and not need
Yeah,
than
it-
need and not have.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour,
Yeah.
so I can't not do it really. You said
Okay,
it's
so-
stealth check.
So both 23 and a 33 and a 37 respectively. You guys both make it up the stairs unnoticed. The server makes her way to the third doorway and knocks on the doorway, and you hear her say, "Oh, where's the? I need just one thing. Oh, where is it? Ah, I've lost my thing! Ah, well, that's unfortunate. Well, she knocks at the door and says, Lord Dryland, your food is ready, and we also have your Hytheria powder for your headaches. And, you hear him shout muffled through the door. It's dismissive, and she hesitates for a moment, starts to lay the food on the ground and thinks better of it, and then makes her way to the southern, staircase and begins to go down it. You two were upstairs in the hallway. Davos, I'm going to say you've got about half of your time gone. You've got about 30 seconds left. Well, we'll be a little more generous. 30 feet around. We'll say it was 3 rounds. You have 42 seconds. What do you guys do?
I'm looking for a place to hide.
I guess I need
There's
to pick this
not
lock.
much upstairs. Unfortunately, you're in the central hallway. You've got guards on each side that are looking. There are some crates and barrels in the southern room, and then even a few at the top. You can't really hide in the top area, but you might be able to find some stuff in the bottom. However, Pandora can get this door open. You might be able to hide in there. So, Pandora,
We
go ahead and
can
make a
barge in
sleight of
there.
hand check.
I'm gonna barge in.
19. Also make a stealth check for me. This is to see if your rattling of the lock is noticed.
Oh no, it's stealth check.
Is it still
no,
at
it's stealth.
and plus 10?
And yeah, every stealth check is plus 10. You're good. All right. You creak the door open ever so gently. Are you trying to make your way in or just get a peek?
Let me peek first because I can peek before committing.
I hit reveal, you cunt.
It's awful, but
Thank you. It really is. All right, so within this room, you see that Lord Casper Dryland seems to be seated at a desk, clutching his head. Avalon is half curled defensively in a hammock in the corner. You see 3 large mismatched chests line the far wall, and to your immediate left is a large table topped with a large glass tank with stones, marine plants, and a human skull.
brutal.
Well,
If I hide under the table, would he see me?
Probably, yeah. It's not quite that hidden.
What about
What's the
under
plan?
the
Your clock is ticking.
I think you've got it.
like,
Where
should I meow and get him
get
to
in
come
there.
to the door?
Get in there, shut the door. You've kind of got him where you want him. Message us, and we'll all come up there, and we'll do the thing.
Yeah, dang.
I
I like the way you think.
hold on.
There's still guards outside. Just because they're in doesn't mean you guys slip by all the guards unnoticed, Goldbrand.
Yeah, and I still
Just
have
fair warning.
We have
Oh,
passed
listen,
on a trace of
one
the
at a
climbing rope.
time.
There's 2 of them in there. Like, you get sneak attack. Maybe, do you want to just murder the guy? I don't know.
You could
I'm
start.
sure
we need
that
Yeah,
he's
I'm
not
not above-
unlocking it.
I'm not
We can
above
take his
murder.
head.
We need to know.
We can take his
No.
head back and get questions
Yeah.
out of it.
Wait, does
Yeah.
Pandora have the
You
key?
think... hang on. Before we... You think you can do that.
Violence.
You do not know if Tabitha is currently in your town. She was there when you left, so you have reason to believe that, but it's been 2 days since you left. It'll be 2 more before you get back.
Well, I'm sure we can pilfer through documents to find
Someone
what
else
we
can
need.
cast it.
I don't think anybody else in town knows Speak with Dead. Tabitha's... That's sort of her specialty.
Someone else can cast it.
I don't think the clergy, like the...
Don't
Are you saying
discourage
Bergen could?
murder,
I
Joey.
could probably prep it.
Bergen
Bergen.
could on a different day, yeah. But I'll also remind you, Goldbrand's never seen this fucking spell. Quit recommending it.
He has seen it. Tabitha's done it.
Not in front of you. She's done it for the other party. Not in front of Goldbrand. You've never seen her speak with dead.
So
Can I bring it up? Yeah, we know about it.
Someone has seen. Okay.
She cast it with the
Oh,
in
no,
the
no, no, no.
Frog Fighters
I
campaign.
remember. I brought one of us brought it up when we were in Skullport because we were gonna grab the corpses.
Well,
so we forgot
Devin was
on
the
our
one
way
who
out.
brought it up then too.
Oh fuck! Then.
I
Yeah,
thought
we
about
did
that
it,
in my
yeah.
re-listen, and that's why I brought it up now. I would say
Yeah.
try if you can get, unless you have to kill them. Try to get the information first.
Always.
So maybe I could just shoot him in the nards and, incapacitate.
Yeah, y'all technically can. It has to be a melee attack, but you could technically incapacitate him.
Make sure you close the door behind him. That's all I'm saying. Make sure you close the door and try to keep him from yelling.
Alright, so we're both in. Right?
Bravos and I are gonna hit him with the 1-2 stealth attack.
You close the door. Both of you make a stealth check at disadvantage because this will make an audible noise. You still get your +10. Pandora's fine.
Oh wait, that's sleight of hand. It's the
Wait,
same
if they
thing.
had the advantage for invisibility, though, is it just a neutral check?
But it's not so much that you're hiding yourself, you're trying to prevent the door from closing being noticed. It's not you hiding, it's your actions going unnoticed. What do you got, Davey boy? Nat 1 equals 6 total. It's a 16, but it's a nat 1. Why did I roll 2 of those? He doesn't have advantage. Okay, I'm gonna do that again.
I'd argue that he has disadvantage because he has a headache.
You know what? I'll allow it because in the last 2, one of them was a nat 1, so we'll keep that. You see, he is just head buried into his hands, clutching his skull. The door closes. He doesn't seem to notice. We'll say that the greater invisibility, Davos, closed it, so Pandora doesn't pop back in right away. You've got just a few seconds before your invisibility fades. What do y'all do?
I know what Davos wants to do, but I just want to shoot him, like in the leg, real good.
I think you should tell someone in the party so that we can start trying to climb
Yes.
up there.
I also don't think you've pulled your...
Well,
You
since-
mentioned pulling your weapons out of the bag.
Since I have... oh shit.
Who has
we
the
did.
bag?
Gold brand, I think.
Since I have a greater invisibility, I'll message whoever is within 120 feet.
I think message has a verbal component to it, so you would have to speak it aloud. You could whisper it and make a stealth check. You get your plus 10. I'll even give him disadvantage on his check.
I would just basically say we're in. You know, something short. We're in. We're in.
The eagle.
Okay.
All right.
So you actually, Davos, roll a intelligence or wisdom check.
Motherfucker.
A check, not a save.
Wisdom
Pull up
check.
my thing where I can see you guys.
Trying to see how to. There we go. It is a 6
Oh,
on wisdom.
Okay.
it's
You don't think of anything. Doesn't occur to you that you're unarmed. Apparently. No, you're a spellcaster. You're not really unarmed.
Right. And I do have the rapier bonus, right?
Well, it's still in the bag. It's technically in an extra dimensional space, so you can't summon it. If someone were to pull it out from the bag, that's what I was going to tell you if you got past the check. Goldbrain could pull it out, and you could draw it in through the window. But
Maybe they would check wisdom check and realize that. Oh crap!
you could. I will say you can try to do another message, but you'll have to do another check for it.
Who did you message the first time?
Just that we're in.
But who did
who?
you message?
Like I said, whoever was within
I think
120
that's
feet.
everybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
The ship's,
probably Goldbrain.
I mean, Goldbrain would do his best to gather everybody up and try to set the rope up, I guess.
Should I go unlock the window while I am, or is the window doesn't have?
the window is not locked. It has a wooden crosspane, but there's no glass in it.
Oh,
It's about
before I
let's
start
get it.
blasting, I need to get Pandora's anklets off. I mean, Avalon's anklets
I
off.
asked if she had the keys. I couldn't remember if she did or not.
yeah. Now, if you do that, you don't have greater invisibility.
Yeah, I was about
It's not
to say,
casting a spell.
Or making an attack.
Yeah. I would put it in the same category as unlocking a door, lockpicking. Okay.
If you
Oh
drop,
yeah, I'll allow it.
if you drop the keys subtly near her, can Davos then attempt to message again and just say match the runes? I don't know what the play is there.
Just to help her get out. She may already know how that worked, though.
I mean, I figured we were all kind of helping our bartender friends, so I've kind of figured it out.
That's fair.
Well, you know it's an Arcana check to figure out which rune is the right one, because these are not. It's not like matching letters. It's matching imagine matching Chinese characters. Even
Right.
one line off could be a completely different thing.
What is your Arcana?
Probably higher than yours, but not.
Mine's a plus one.
plus 2.
Ooh.
Plus 2.
Oh, shit.
The clock is ticking. I'm gonna say y'all have got time for maybe one or two more actions.
Can I
So
grapple him and like tie him up so he can't scream?
You could make a grapple check to try to gag him. He'll get to try to resist it, but you can certainly try.
I
Maybe.
mean, I'm invisible and he's got a headache, so I feel like I can fuck up this.
You
guy.
are gonna stay invisible.
He's got a
I'm the
side
one who's
plan.
on a timer here.
Well, if she attacks, she goes.
No,
visible.
right, but that's what I'm
So
saying.
he
She
needs
has
to
an
try.
hour.
Yeah.
She
I'm
can
okay.
Stay
Yeah,
invisible.
and Davos,
As long as she doesn't attack or cast a spell.
Right.
Or grapple is an attack, for the record.
Right
Yeah.
now.
So what I was thinking was if anyone does anything, it should probably be me.
yeah.
So if that's what you want to do, I will try to grapple.
You probably have the higher strength score too.
No,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think you can technically
Yeah.
use acrobatics in a grapple. I think you get to
That's
choose.
fair.
Which mine's
Which-
plus 9.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there
you-
is
you can
there
do
is
jujitsu.
that. But I kind
But
of
we
agree
would-
that about Davos. Like, if we can keep you invisible, that's a better play in the long run. Davos
Fair.
is going to become visible in any second,
Yeah, the less he sees of me, the better.
Yeah.
especially if you try to go either give Avalon the keys or use the keys when Davos clomp.
And in this scenario, if he for some reason fails, you would still be invisible, so you would maybe have a moment to try and assist him and see how
Yeah,
your hand would
fair.
fare.
Fair, because I think restraining him is the number one, and making sure he doesn't scream, like stuffing some bed sheet in his face or something.
That's
And if that
great.
doesn't work, me and Goalie will come in through the window.
Well, while this is going on, as soon as Goldbrand got that message, he's gonna try to grab everybody, and he wants to look around before he does. He's gonna try to set the rope up.
And listen,
No,
this
I'm already outside with you, buddy.
I don't like
Are
that Joey
there-
smirked at this.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about this. Goldbrand doesn't know which window is his window. And he can't really tell if we.
Well, Pandora could tell you. When Pandora made her check, I imagine she would have pointed them out. The bottom 2 windows on that wall are his. The other 2 are for the crew quarters.
Well, he will attempt to use the climbing rope to get up to his window. He wants to look around before he does, just to,
Roll
be
wheel or
shady.
woe, Devin.
Roll wheel or woe?
Or excuse me, choose wheel or woe.
Whoa.
Woe? Okay. If it's even, there's going to be a guard there that's probably going to be there for a second. It's a 2. So there is a guard nearby. Unless you distract him.
I'm going to kick him off the fucking edge.
Davos.
Yeah, just pull it into the water.
And listen, I want to remind you guys.
Goldbrand, you're not built for these stealth missions. You realize he's going to fall 5 feet in the water, make a splash, and then scream, but okay. Davos Pandora, you're getting to the end of that clock. You've got time for 1 action.
Alright, go Davos, go.
I'm
And I'll
gonna
back you up if you can't grapple him.
restrain him.
Okay, roll an
Gag him.
athletics or acrobatics check.
Gag the boy.
Get him.
Oh boy.
Get him. Get him.
Oh!
What'd you get? 21. That's pretty good. He can beat it.
He can, but let's see.
He got a 17. I think he has a +4.
Is that me?
+3. He has a +3. So that's a 20.
Oh.
You come up behind him and slip your he's got his hands up like this, and you slip your arm under his arm and against his mouth and pull him back. And within an instant, he is pinned just about the time your invisibility fades out. You're face to face with this man whose mouth is covered. You have it. Do you say anything? Do anything?
Yeah.
It's his Arcana. We hold him hostage to unlock her.
Right, so we're trying to get her sister free and find out where Hecaton is, right?
Right.
Correct.
Preferably freeing the sister, because I don't want her to drown.
He starts to reach for something on his desk.
Not so quick, and I kind of pull him back a little bit. I have some
you
questions.
Make an intimidation check. I was going to say with advantage, but he has something that would have imposed disadvantage. An 11. He's going to make a swing at you.
Ooh.
With your armor, though, an 18... Oh, without your shield, does an 18 hit?
Nope.
Oh!
He goes to, elbow you in the chest. You have an opportunity where you could... he's used his action, for lack of a better word. If you have an action or reaction you'd like to do,
Throw him
Pandora,
on
you
the
can also make an
ground.
action or reaction.
Suplex his ass. Full Nelson.
We're trying to keep her invisible for now.
I was gonna say, thunk him on the head, man. He's got a headache. That shit sucks.
Oh yeah,
Nothing in the
fucking
ear.
right in the
Incapa-
temple.
Incapacitate him, yeah.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Just a
Unarmed strike, we'll call it.
orange stripe there. Yeah, +5 to hit. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, dude.
A 7, yeah. You go to punch him, and he swerves his head over, actually pulls you a bit over to the middle of the room. Make another acrobatics check. You have to beat a 17. Ooh.
Oh,
he breaks
did I
from
count him?
he breaks from your grapple and takes a deep breath in. He's about to scream. Pandora, I'll give you one action or reaction.
I'm gonna
Punch him
pounce
in the
him
throat.
and see if I can cover his mouth.
Okay, he rolled a 17, so that 24 beats it. You grapple around him and poof into existence, and Avalon's eyes, while they were surprised to see Davos in here, she immediately, rises to her feet. She hasn't said anything yet. You've got him covered. What do you say?
I wonder what her Arcana is. I guess she's got similar stats to me, probably.
Yeah, she's not a caster. I figured that since you're a range specialist, she's probably going to be like a fencing expert, and that's like your twin powers.
Yin and yang here.
Yeah, exactly.
I need
Exactly.
someone with Arcana
Form
to
of
get in here
bucket of
and
water.
unlock her.
Well,
Am I able to
Lord
knock
Dryland is not. He's going to try to bust out in another second. You can try to do something to. Go ahead.
Can I make an unarmed strike to knock him out? Bop him
To
on
knock
the
him
head?
out, you have to deal more damage than his health point total.
Okay.
You have to reduce him to 0.
Damn.
You know that with your unarmed strike, that's not likely.
No.
You could try to threaten him to be quiet. You could.
Ooh, I do like threatening people. Got a 17.
What do you say? And that'll determine the DC for this.
Gonna.
Or what do you do to?
Well, because I'm behind him, like holding him down, but I'm gonna like growl real loud in his ear, like a ferocious, like a big cat growl, and tell him to stay put.
Like a roar.
Well,
Like
I don't know if no leopards can technically.
Maybe don't roar.
I mean, I guess, but they make that that
I'll
kind
give
of
you like that deep throaty
Yeah,
growl.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It's not a
Just
purr,
have-
but it's like the same mechanism where it's like a
Yeah,
rumble.
It's
like
it's them, man.
like the lion from Jumanji in the attic.
Yeah,
Fucking gave me nightmares as a
that
kid.
rumbly.
Giant
God.
fucking taxidermied Aslan looking motherfucker. Okay. You see that he sees like. Are you facing him or are you behind him?
Behind him, I would. Well, no,
Okay,
I counted. I would technically be.
On top of him?
You take him to the floor. He sees you. His eyes flick over to Avalon. He knows exactly who you are, and he grows still. You seem to have a second. He doesn't seem to be resisting at the moment.
All right, Davos, we need some backup. Like, I need
I was
someone
gonna
with
say that-
Arcana in here.
Hurry!
So I do have a plan. So Gobrand sees the guard. Gobrand wants to cast Charm Person on the guard because I don't know what else to do to try to get us up there faster.
Yeah, and I'm right.
We got to get our business done fast now at this
So,
point.
You guys are over at this point over here on this side of the deck,
Ping me again. Thank
Where's
you.
he at?
southeast of the lower deck.
Um,
The guard in question, we're going to say, is this one here, who's seems to be making his rounds around the ship.
listen, before you use a spell to try and do that, why don't I just I don't know, use Magic Stone or something, flick a pebble off into the water, see if it makes enough noise to make him sort of peer in a different direction, or
I mean,
bump it up against something.
Yeah.
I just don't want you
You
to
can
waste
certainly
a spell
try.
Well, I don't in combat. I don't really use them. Once combat
Yeah, he uses
it's time to rage. Yeah, I can't
his
cast spells.
BDO.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
literally, all my druid spells are for situations that are not combat almost, and some crowd control. But
I
Which
assume my
pretty
Arcana is high enough to know that once that wears off, he knows what happened. So
it's true. But we're on the clock anyway now. Surely everyone in the group, except maybe Goldbrand, understands that a minute has passed. Like we're running on the clock. We need to get up.
you
in
have
there.
you have an understanding of time in the regard that your spells expire after a while. You would have a rough idea, like about that much time has passed.
whatever. I'll follow your lead. Whatever
Do you have like honestly your spell save is better? Do you have like suggestion? Do you have anything that can make him go do something else for just a second?
Wait,
urgent.
I can hold on. I do have minor illusion I can cast as a cantrip if I wanted to make something visibly appear on a different part of the ship, like kind of around the corner to pique his interest.
Mermaid in the water.
I could try
Goldbrand
that.
would also like to ask, Holy Mans, do you have any things to make that one goes away?
I don't know about go away. I can make them grovel for
Grovel.
something.
Yeah, that's
Not
Well,
buy
you
as
can
much
you can
time.
command him to leave, but after his action is up, which is only 6 seconds, he's gonna
Right, be right back.
exactly.
Yeah, because so the issue here is we have to have time to set up that rope and all of us climb up it. A single round, so to speak, is not quite enough time for all of that to happen. So whatever we do has to be an illusion's actually a pretty good idea, Z. I don't know how of a spell slot that is, but
It's actually just a cantrip, and technically I think I can have up to 3 active at the same time. But if
Drop
they
it in chat for us.
if they they can investigate it to see if it's real or not.
If that's what you're doing, y'all.
Ooh, you could have a scream on
Y'all
the
need
other
to-
side of the ship. So, like, it says sound, so...
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking, was try to just cast something as far to the opposite side of us as I possibly could, so that most of the guards would move that direction to try to figure out what's up.
It's
Something
also
like,
only
"Oh,
a
it's quick,
30-foot. It's also only a 30-foot range. So from where you guys are here, it's only about 6 squares. This map doesn't really have very cleanly defined squares. You can kind of see them on the wood parts here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 would get you across the ship.
And that was
What if,
kind of what I was thinking, was the opposite side of the ship. So
what
like,
if
I'm
you
here
just
with
made a
Goldbrand.
sound though? You could make him.
That's what they're saying.
You could just make him hear. It says a person's voice. You could just make him hear Ming calling for him.
Oh, yeah.
Good thought.
Uh-huh.
You could, or that I don't know. My first thought was it's time for dinner for like an announcement. You could make him hear. There's no megaphones on these ships, but you could make him hear an announcement calling guards or
The dinner bell.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
dinner
a special
bell.
birthday party up in the
Excuse me,
crew
guards.
room.
It's the annual Christmas party is beginning. Please report to the casino floor.
Oh, they remembered.
Y'all get it. That was
What-
my first thought, but Ming is much better,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
just that
I
he's
got you.
needed somewhere else by another NPC.
Clock is ticking, boys. What are we doing?
I think I'm just gonna go. Honestly, that sounds like a great plan. I think I'm just gonna cast it directly at him, and I'm just going to make him hear the voice of Ming, because I know she's also a sorcerer. So maybe she does this normally, and like message for him or something, and ask
Yeah.
for him to report to the casino floor because she needs to talk.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll a deception check. I'll say with advantage.
The sea.
Also, you have the advantage because of your clothes. Ironically enough, even though you're not actually. A 14? Okay, he's gonna make an insight check against it. His wisdom's not great. Oh. Okay, no, you're good.
As soon as he turns
you
away.
see him stop his stride for a second, and he looks a little confused, but begins to turn around, make his way back up through the northern room, and back to the casino floor.
Goldbrand immediately sets up the rope and tries to starts climbing up it to get up in that window.
Okay, it locks automatically. You basically just
Snap
take it and like snap it, and it like goes up. It knots itself several times over to make handholds, and then ties around the frame of the window.
Fuck
You guys climb up there real quick, pull your rope back up so it's not seen, and you guys currently see that Pandora has Lord Casper Dryland pinned to the ground. What do you guys do?
Can I fit through the window? I think I have the highest arcana. I'm immediately going to go for the keys and the runes.
Yeah.
Everyone can. We'll say Goldbrand probably would have some trouble, but you guys all get in there.
I just want to, while Pandora has him down, pinned on the ground, slightly scared, just talk to him.
Pee on him.
Can anybody use the rope that's in? Well, it wouldn't be on my person, I don't guess. Can anybody? Do you want to pull the rope up and try to tie him up with it? Oh,
I don't know
Ooh.
that it does that.
I don't know that. It
I mean,
does.
you can use it as
We have-
regular rope.
Right.
And you also have regular rope. You're right.
I was gonna say, technically, I'm a pirate. I would think like rope is just part of like my
Yeah,
being.
I think
So
adventurous
your
kits,
hand roll.
dungeoneering kits, most of them have rope. Yeah.
when Goldbrand comes in, he wants to help like physically restrain him since he's strong and let Pandora
Okay.
tie him up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one on the hands, one on the mouth. I'm gonna do an arcana check.
Okay. Roll your first arcana check.
All right.
16's good. I think that's actually the DC. You quickly find a rune, match it to her anklet. It glows briefly before the anklet snaps off. There's a second anklet. It is a different rune. Make a separate check.
Come on, Z.
I have inspiration.
Oh,
Can I use it?
You certainly can.
All right, whatever.
Yeah,
I
you
just
can.
want this to
What
go
a
well.
noble use of inspiration.
You're right, though.
I just want it to go well. I don't care.
No, I got you. Second check just barely meets. You match the other rune, and it drops off. Casper is pinned down. Avalon stands, and she sees Pandora pinning him down. She goes and grabs something off the table, and it's a rapier. And the hilt of it is actually an octopus, and its tentacles form the guard, the hilt, and that's the guard. Hilt. What's the
Pommel?
front thing?
Pauldron.
Pommel's the bottom. Fuck,
Alright,
there's a
then
word
you
for the
have
fucking...
four
Okay,
extras.
anyway, the octopus forms the base of this. And it's set with, like...
Basket hill.
Hang
That's the
guard?
best I got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the basket
Hang
hill
guard,
is
yeah.
what
Well, basket, thank you. There's the basket that goes in the front, and then the regular guard up top. But the tentacles form all that. It's made of wrought iron and set with all these jewels in it. It's a very opulent piece. And she takes it and she puts it to his throat, and she says, this one's a coward. I think if you have any reason me not to slit his throat now, you better act quick.
I mean, I would love
No
to kill him
reason.
right now, but I think some of my comrades who helped me get here to rescue you, they've got some questions for him.
I have no strong opinion on the matter.
what makes a man turn neutral.
Violence.
I believe the word you were looking for was crossguard.
Crossguard.
Um,
Well, I was looking for basket, but
oh, okay.
Now,
uh,
like,
continue.
now, if she wants to
What-
castrate him or something, I mean, she can go ahead with that.
maybe. I was going to say.
Make an intimidation check with advantage, Barbara.
I was about to say maybe let her do that first and then question him. But that's
17.
Oof.
That's solid enough. He is a sort of a cowardly man. He's and is trying to say something underneath your hand.
I don't trust him enough to just let him, holler.
Yeah, Pandora's sword is at his throat, if that gives you any... Or, well,
fair,
she
fair.
has his sword against his throat.
okay. As long as he's like that, I think we can untie him and ask him.
I mean, we've
Six
got
of
a
us in
room
here,
full of
man.
people ready
Yeah,
to
but if
fall
he-
Don't
down.
gotta...
If he hollers, we're all real fucked.
Yeah. But he probably will die as a result, so...
But,
he has motivation to shut the fuck up.
Maybe we all need to draw our weapons on him, just, like, absolutely
I can
murder
talk
him.
to him. I can talk to him with your hand still on his mouth.
Yeah,
Goldbrand
man, that's-
hands out everyone's weapons.
That's really clever, Davos. Fuck yeah.
Oh, true.
Don't take your
That-
hand off.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you ask him?
I'm gonna message him. Tell us where Hecaton is, and you can live.
You may reply to this message.
Is that an honest statement?
Davos, it's honest. He can't.
He's not
Well,
Well,
I'm not asking Pandora.
I'll say, tell us where Hecaton is, and you may live. And
I'll
if I
let you
have
live.
to roll deception, so be it.
Roll a deception check. Yeah, he's gonna roll an insight
With
check.
advantage.
You do have advantage. You got
Come
a
on.
19.
20.
Oh.
Sorry, 18. 18.
He got a 19. He hear him say back. I'm gonna need a lot more persuading, a lot more than a may let me live. You're gonna get anything out of me, lad.
I
From the sounds of it, you're.
Man, who is he to be
Avalon,
making
like-
these demands?
move the sword, but Pandora's still.
Can I just intimidate this guy already?
I mean, they've intimidated him, but y'all need to ask him what you need to know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do an intimidation check to tell him to answer the fucking question.
Go ahead. I'll say
I was shit.
fantastic. I was gonna say a 20, and you got a natural 20, so fantastic. You see him look over. He can't speak. Davos, if you message him again,
Well,
he
that's
goes,
all.
yeah, he goes, Hecaton is aboard a ship in the trackless sea. He is bound by ancient magics, unable to move. I don't... The ship is the Morkoth. I believe it to be around the Southern Isles at this point. The Kraken plans to bind the divine spark within him underneath the feast of the moon, and consume his power. Using that, Slackrathel can flood the planet and become the supreme ruler of this realm.
And I noticed that he didn't die from thinking that.
Not immediately, apparently.
Alright, is that all we need to know? Because, I mean, after we're done with him, I'd like to throw him out the window, man. Like, into the water.
Point of order. Is that the day that Z changes? Is that only 8 days away?
It's 13 days away. Feast of the Moon is the holiday at the end of the month. The full moon is about 4 or 5 days before that.
And I have spoken aloud softly as he was telling me that.
relaying the
For the group.
information.
Yeah.
So I think we should put these magic anklets on him that we just took off of Avalon.
That's a really good
I like
idea.
that idea.
Yeah.
What else do we want to know from him though? If he
Avalon's already clipping him on. She's about it.
if we know if he knows about the Kraken, he can apparently talk about it. What else? What else do we need to know about?
Anything about
Fuck
slack
rules.
control?
I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious how he didn't.
Maybe it's because it wasn't verbal. Maybe it's because he didn't say Slark.
Yeah,
I
they say he didn't
thought
say.
the last time we were in whatever city, they weren't even saying it yet. I think they
One
thought
of you,
it.
Tally read it, and then when Tally said it out loud,
Right. Okay. Maybe that's it. I thought even if they thought of betraying the name that they died, but
We need to ask. I think we should ask him if he knows if they have a headquarters. Like, is there a place we can go burn down because we don't like them?
okay.
the Kraken Society?
Yeah.
Hey, where
You
they
asked that
operate?
out loud, and
I-
I established the connection.
The Kraken of the Deep has no headquarters. There is no central fucking office you can mail to. They're creatures of the deep. They do not have a building above ground you can burn down. This shows truly how out of your depth you are, lads.
He says, "Yeah, there's no
Uh,
headquarters. They just
So hey,
I want to pull out my
while
mage
you're
hand and
relaying
slap
this
him.
information, can I scoot my back leg up and put it against his groin like I'm going to crush his nards? Just kind of put the squeeze on him, so to say.
Yeah. Roll an intimidation
Alright.
check with advantage again. It won't. It's not going to change his answer because there is no central office. This is the closest thing you guys have found to that because you have two different people from the Kraken Society linked to this location.
So I think maybe you should just ask him. Just tell him to tell us everything else he knows about the Kraken
Yeah.
Society.
Yeah, tell us everything you know.
Yeah.
While I'm
Spill
about
your,
to crush his nads.
spill your guts. So
You get on his nuts. You guys, Goldbrand was helping hold him down. Both of you make an athletics or acrobatics check. Pandora, Goldbrand.
and he's got the anklets on.
and he's got the anklets on.
What is that 19?
Is
Why
that
is
a
it
nat 1?
Why is it red?
There's
Doesn't make
no
any
way.
sense.
Yeah,
Because I
Roll looks all messed up.
It's a +9.
it does say,
Well,
but for some reason she's got a
it has
plus
the plus
10 added
10.
to it.
It's rolling three. It's rolling 3 times? Question mark. Well, it's a 1d20, a
Hold on.
1d, a 0d0, which makes me think there's just something weird with the
One.
way it.
Yeah, they're both rolling weird.
Yeah, they'll both look like that.
Well, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
That's really weird.
I could add the
You,
past rate to
y'all
it.
A
do
19
keep,
that one.
y'all do keep him. I mean, that is a nat 1, so that should be a 10 technically. Pandora, he starts to when you
Yeah, it's a 1.
put pressure on him, he starts to squirm and he slips his hand off of your mouth. Goldbrand, you still have him grappled to the ground, but he is able to speak. And he cries out in pain. Make a dexterity check, Barbara. We're going to see how quickly you can cover him back up. You've got to beat, we'll say a 20 for this.
Damn.
He cries out in pain. And you do manage to cover his mouth back up. But after a couple of seconds, you hear a knock at the door. And you hear a servant. Lord Dryland, are you ready for your Hyperia powder?
Ooh, tell him to go away. Like we need to tell him to dismiss them.
Hang on.
Yeah, send them away.
Ooh,
And
can
our
someone
illusion.
ask them to
Can
make
I
them-
use minor illusion to imitate his voice and say,
You'll make a deception check to try to mimic him. But, yeah.
You have the advantage on
You gather that might have been the reason the guard outside looked a little confused. It didn't quite sound exactly like Ming.
Okay.
Joey.
Yo.
Put it question because I'm trying to figure out why that rolled the way it did. I have proficiency in acrobatics and I have reliable talent. So whenever I make an ability check that adds my
That's
proficiency
under a
bonus,
10.
I cannot
you
be
get-
lower than a 10. It says
That's right. I see.
yeah, that's what it is.
I gotcha.
So it's
Okay.
still a nat
Cool.
1, but it's a 19.
That's not bad.
What a
With
wild
that-
feature.
Yeah,
being a man.
rogues,
I
man.
had to figure out why it was that way. and I
Like, it
wasn't
sucked, but not too bad.
Rogues
Being
are
a
very
performer?
good. Yeah, rogues are like, I'm going to be good at
Since
these
it-
3 things. Bards are like, I'm going to be good at a little bit of everything.
I would retcon and change it if it weren't a nat 1.
Yeah,
Because
no, I
that one,
understand.
no matter how
That's
high,
why
it's
it's
still a nat
lower.
1. But that is good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, make a deception check if you're going to do that, Z, and see how close you can replicate them. I'll roll an insight check on the guard's
All
part.
right, well, I'm glad I have
It's either
advantage.
that or
It
I
is
can roll
through
a
a door,
performance
so,
check.
you know,
Okay.
do they get disadvantage?
Thankfully, you have advantage, and he rolled a 7, so you're
Good.
good there. The guard goes, are you sure? You haven't had food or your powder? It's getting late.
Push down with my back foot on him.
I think instead of trying to do a minor
You might-
illusion, I think maybe somebody should just like grumble deeply and hit their fists on a table or something like they're angry. I don't know.
I'll try to imitate him with a performance check.
I'll allow that, yeah.
Like you know, a headache. Fuck off.
Go ahead and roll deception. I'm going to say it would be a
performance. Sorry.
Performance, I'm sorry. No, go ahead. 17. No, that's passable.
Okay.
You hear the guard of, all right, so we're positioned outside if you need anything. And you gather that they're nearby, as they were before, but, you know, they haven't vacated the floor, but they're not at the door anymore.
I'm gonna stand in front of the door.
Yeah, I look at the party and I'm like, we're going back
For
out the
reasons.
window.
Heard.
If y'all are done with him, we
You guys-
can shackle him up and be on our way.
He's going to holler as soon as we let him go. We either kill him or we find a way to,
If we
to gag,
shackle him,
gag
and
him.
throw, if we
Gag
shackle
him
him
or
and throw him out the window into the water, he will sink.
He will, but he'll holler the whole time.
I
Not
mean,
if you gag him
there's, yeah, let's say there's you know, blankets and stuff. There's cloth material. I mean, even their clothes you can use to gag him with. So, yeah, Pandora, you move your hand just quick enough to tie a gag around his mouth. He has the shackles on his. Avalon actually put them on his wrists, so he'll sync hands first.
Ooh, even better.
And she still has the rapier, and she's like, "Can I at least get one good hit on him? Please, I've needed this."
Will he sink faster if you fill him full of holes?
Yes.
Right through the
We can
lungs.
certainly.
Gully who does
She actually taps the rapier against the bands. Oh, nothing's gonna make him sink faster than those will.
Guys, I kind of
You
did
got it all?
promise he would live.
Do what you will.
Davos' morals coming through. Lathander's guilting you in the back here.
I did not promise any such
No,
things.
before we do this, I just want to look around and I'm gonna like quietly mention because I'm still trying to whisper. Outside of your bloodlust, maybe somebody should peek out the window to make sure nobody's gonna notice.
Excellent point, Z.
That's why we have you around, Z.
Somebody can make a perception check.
Got
Cool,
that
we'll
good
go look
step.
out
Is that-
window.
We'll do this.
I was about
We'll
to
do the
say,
same.
Oberon wants to look
Bergen?
for something else.
Okay. I'll do the basic one.
So,
Whatever.
doesn't this dude have a pet?
Octopus, yeah.
Is it?
It's not
Is
on him
it
at the
in the
moment.
glass tank on the table?
You don't see it.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking around.
Facehugger.
Oh,
Leave it
So
on the
it's not in the tank. Can Goldbrand look for it?
I was gonna say,
Perception check.
would Avalon know? Can we ask Avalon? She's been with him the whole time.
That's a fair point. No, she goes. The octopus can camouflage itself. Believe it's within the tank somewhere. I just don't know exactly where.
Goldbrand see it with a 23.
With Goldbrain does, yeah. You see, it's actually curled up. There, so the tank itself has like, we're gonna say these cheesy blue stones that form the base. It's got several actual aquatic plants in it. It's filled with seawater. There's also a human skull in it. You see, it's actually curled up inside of the skull. You see just a couple of the tentacles peeking out. With a 23, you also see that there is a tiny treasure chest within the mouth of the skull. Just like this big.
Okay, so I have an idea. Sorry, this is unrelated because we're trying to throw him out the window without getting caught. You said the minor illusion's a cantrip, so you can cast it again, right?
Cast as many times as you want.
Yeah,
If
dude.
you lean
Cantrip,
out
baby.
the window and cast like fireworks in the sky, Is that something that would distract the entire boat while we send him over?
So
You're not
here's the
looking at us?
thing. Because it's a cantrip, it's not gonna be like stupid strong. So I can do things that would feel like a 5-foot cube.
Can you camouflage him?
Ooh.
Is he a 5-foot
Make him
cube?
invisible.
Yeah,
you
have
could.
it a
I mean,
5 foot.
you couldn't make. It's not like you just make that 5-foot cube whatever you want. You just add a visual or a and it wouldn't move with him. So you couldn't cast it on him and him move, and it tracked.
The idea is that you cast it on a
Well,
location to make it do
Yeah, my thought was like make it look like water, or like when someone throws liquid out of a window, or anything like that. Just
Now,
but I understand what
theoretically-
Joey's saying. You can't actually change what's there. It
What's-
would only be. It would
what's-
like be beneath him. It would.
something. What's the
Well, and
distance
it would only be
between
in that
the-
5 foot. It wouldn't go further than that.
What's
You
the
would see the
distance
bucket
between the-
water leave, but it wouldn't travel.
what's the distance between the lower deck and the upper deck where the window is?
About 10, 15 feet.
Because I could,
We'll say 10 feet.
to try and make the tossing out a little bit more copacetic, I could always cast it like closer to lower level where people would be eye level with the side of the boat below
Yeah.
the window, so that it's sort of like marks or like mask him being from there, right? As long as he's gagged, I assume the sound wouldn't cause an issue. So if it's
Yeah.
eye level with them by the banister and it just kind of looks like more darkness or water out there, then maybe it would hide it. I don't know.
Are we
might
even
get
gonna be
a
able to throw him with
hypnotic-
those shackles on?
Hypnotic pattern.
I think Goldbrand can chuck him. I don't think the shackles will take effect until he hits the wall.
Until he leaves the
Or
perimeter
off
of the ship.
boat, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oop.
Yeah.
I
Better
can,
not miss. Who's got enough
do
strength to
hip-
get him that far?
I think Goldbrand can
Hypnotic
chuck him.
Go
pattern
Brandon Arc.
with
Could certainly do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
If he
I
hits
can,
his foot
uh,
on the rail on the way
and-
down, so be it.
I wouldn't
Albeit-
let minor illusion do what you want to do, but hypnotic pattern, that's the definition of what it does. It's
Yeah.
supposed to draw attention, so
So, but my other
well-
thought is, if he's gagged, why can't we just chuck him? What are the chances that if we watch the window and wait
The-
till we see nobody on that side of the deck and we just chuck him, people are
Fair.
going to hear something hit the water. They're not going to know
You're just gonna
exactly
see
what
a
it
splash.
was. Yeah, they're going to see all
And
that, but
there's-
no one's going to know what
he's
it is.
immediately
there's
gonna go
also
down.
guards at the bow of the ship and the rear of the ship that may be looking in that direction. They may not be walking in that path, but they may have an eye line of the area he's going to go to. It would be a chance. It would be a
It's
roll.
all an illusion.
I
That's
mean,
what
I
made this
could.
flash.
But how long is it going to take them to determine that was Casper Dryland that just got chucked overboard? And during that time, they have to determine that.
Well, here's the thing. He would die. He would drown because, he's going to be sunk to the riverbed. There's no way to get him up. That does not mean that it won't put the guards on higher alert and make your checks more difficult.
I could use a minor illusion to create a splashing sound on the opposite side of the ship just before you toss him to draw some attention over that way.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same with
Like
shatter.
multiple splashes, like you're just wondering, like, what's going on? It's weird. Yes,
Dolphin.
shatter, sure.
Fish must be jumping.
No, yeah, I mean it's a loud thundering sound, and if I could put it 60 foot away on the
Ooh.
starboard side, whatever which side.
Is it
would attract
cloudy?
attention.
It is not. It is a relatively clear night. That sliver of a moon just peeking out.
Still, you hear a fucking thunder, you're gonna run.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not run, but
But it's also going to make. I feel like no matter what we do, it's going to make everyone's going to be on high alert. But I
Wait.
vote we chuck him overboard, we follow him, and Goldbrand casts water breathing him. We
The
just
boat's
walk
moving,
home.
right?
Yep.
Okay, I guess I could technically. As long as you're sure there aren't any guards in the area, I guess I could technically cast darkness in a sphere, like right off the side of the ship where we're going to toss them out the window and just time it where the darkness stays there and we keep going.
Do we need
Yeah.
to pilfer anything in this room first?
Yeah, there are 3
Goldbrand
treasure
at
chests,
fog
I'm
cloud or
surprised you
something like
haven't
that?
seen.
I do have fog cloud. Do you think I should make it misty?
Ooh.
Hells
Yes, you should do that.
Y'all have like 3 separate plans going, and I just
Way better- That's way better than my plan.
Oh, it's awesome.
It
Let
should
me-
definitely be. We're
let
gonna
me
see.
see.
Into a fog cloud, and then while
Yeah,
we're in the
exactly.
fog, toss him over. Come on, that's great.
But it's still
Yeah.
going to make a body's going to be loud. 20, so I can do 40 feet radius. Can I cover the boat?
the boat is 40 feet wide, so yeah, the boat is 250 feet long, so not the entire ship, but a good segment of it would be concealed.
But if you cast it ahead
like-
of us and the ship sails into it, right?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
it's a stationary
Again,
point.
the entire ship won't be covered, but there will be an 80-foot wide area that is, as
Yeah.
you travel through it.
So as we travel through it, just toss them over, and then I don't know. Maybe I do the minor illusion still to make the splashing noise, so there's double splashes, and everybody's like, "I don't know what just happened. That's weird."
Or like dolphins jumping up
Yeah,
out of the
dolphins.
water.
Oh
yeah.
snap!
I'm kind of about the
Oh,
maximum
yeah.
amount of chaos we have going on for this situation, so I agree. Let's do it. Goldbrand upcast fog cloud to make
Okay.
a big old fog cloud in front of the ship.
Uh,
I guess it doesn't
you guys-
cover. It's gonna look real weird. Just a big old.
You
cloud
kind of have to
fog.
pop your head out, but we'll say that you keep an eye out till there's no guards. Mist begins to rise from the river. The ship travels through it. You're in the fog cloud. What do you do?
Yeet.
As a note, I can't make physical
Yeet.
items also make sound, so I have to choose one or the other. Even and you can't see a dolphin in fog, so I'm just gonna have to make a sound on the other side of the ship. That's what we're doing.
All right, do it.
All right, I'm gonna make.
A flash and then a dolphin.
Oh man, I guess I could double cast if you let me. I kind of want to make like a splashing noise and then like the sound of a bottlenose dolphin just like chirping.
Okay.
In a river.
SpongeBob cuss words. I was gonna say it's a freshwater river. I wasn't gonna say it until y'all did
They're
it.
freshwater
dolphins.
dolphins, bro.
Yeah,
Come
in
on.
the
There are
Amazon.
river dolphins.
I know.
Are
In the
there?
Amazon.
Are there in this part of the world though?
Grr.
It's a salmon.
Well,
Rated
now,
T.
these
think-
folks get a great
Not that,
sight.
okay?
Your window of opportunity is closing. You're passing through the fog cloud.
Okay, I make the
Well, yeah.
splashing sound. Let's do it.
Yeah, but so you maybe phrase it as the sound of fish jumping.
Yeah, it sounds very similar to a turtle beaver smacking its tail on the river as
A
it swims
turtle
back to its
beaver.
dam.
Turtle beaver.
All right. So Ark and Goldbrand, each of you make a athletics check to toss them out the window. You don't have to get too high since there's both of you doing it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Woo! Okay, the 10 failed, but the 28 gets y'all to where y'all at least clear the railing. Y'all grab him, he kicks and wriggles and screams, you throw him through the window, and again, projected straight out at first, but as soon as he crosses that threshold, his wrists go down and yank him under the water. You hear
Yeah.
the splash.
Does anybody else?
You see. Well, I'm giving y'all opportunity because y'all were talking about making dolphins and noises and stuff.
Yeah, so I made
thought
this.
he was doing it, yeah.
I cast the minor illusion. Like,
Well, you made a splashing sound, but you didn't make a dolphin sound or anything.
I'm not gonna make a dolphin sound. I'm gonna make a splashing sound. It's gonna.
Okay.
It's gonna
So-
sound exactly like the beavers of the region
So-
when they smack their tail on the river.
So you hear what would be a beaver-sized tail smacking something, and then you hear a human, full-grown man going through the water at incredible speed.
Hey.
Crosses a pretty big plume of water. Thankfully, you're in the fog. They're gonna have disadvantage to see.
Listen,
There's 2 guards that are gonna be applicable for this.
Can I be like looking
Okay.
through these
First
chests
one-
while we're doing
First,
this?
first one fails. Second one fails. Lord Casper Dryland is off the ship.
Eat a dick.
What's the plan?
Don't we
Do you
own a
wanna
pirate
take these
ship?
chests?
I just want to defend myself. You need to look up. If you never heard it, you need to look up the sound of a beaver's tail smacking the water in the middle of the night. It is loud AF, bro. It is the loudest thing you've ever heard on
This
the
isn't
river.
a beaver. This is a turtle beaver. They have different anatomies. Okay.
They're twice as loud. Anyway,
Twice
snapping turtle sized.
okay, so we took care of
Like my
Dryland.
beaver's loud too. It's
I wanna
Are
okay.
do
those
turn around.
puppets still outside? Or
One
whoever?
more time.
Are the servers or guards still outside the door?
You know there's still guards on this floor. It doesn't seem like they're right outside, but they're nearby.
What's in
I'm
the
gonna-
chests?
Yeah, we need to look at the chest.
What's in the chest?
What's in the box?
Yeah. Does any of them look like a mimic?
Yeah, I didn't like the way
Make
I didn't like the way
I
you
know,
said that.
that's-
Make an investigation or a perception check.
I really didn't like the way
He's
you
got
said
an
that.
octopus. He might have a pet mimic.
Because I ain't open no mimic.
The DM.
Oh, that's
They're in danger.
performance. Sorry.
Can we all do that?
They just look like perception. Yeah, perception or investigation.
Goran wants to keep his eye on the octopus since he's the only
Oh,
one that can
snap.
see it.
Oh yeah.
Come
go
on,
ahead.
Berg.
Didn't even
Come on,
roll
Gully.
well. Come on.
Where you at, Berg dog?
Bergen's like,
Yeah,
don't touch those
18.
yet.
Yeah, Berg.
They all-
18.
They all just look like treasure chests.
Are they locked, bro?
Not
one?
for long.
The
All of them.
one on the left.
Do we want to start?
On This left right here.
Stage left or
Okay.
my left?
You go and you go
I didn't-
to the chest. It is locked.
Can I jimmy the lock?
You could try to pick the lock.
I'm gonna try and pick the lock, I guess.
Sleight of hand check.
Oh, 19.
That does not pass.
What the
Sick.
What?
Okay, can I
Can
try
they
the next
be-
step?
Can they be broken? Can
One more time, Barbara.
Oh, I was just gonna move on to the next chest.
Chest.
You go to rest your hand on it,
Oh no.
and you can't pull your hand away. Your
Oh,
hand is stuck as this mimic unfolds itself. Arms pop out of the sides, legs pop up, its mouth opens up, and the chest next to it, the third one, also pops up.
Oh,
There are
no.
2 mimics
The
in
fuck
this
is that?
motherfucker.
I knew it.
Uh,
It told me it was a mimic.
As a reaction, can I hit one?
God.
No. Unfortunately, they get surprise attack on Pandora.
Oh no!
So I verbalized earlier that Goldbrand handed out weapons.
Yes.
I
Yes,
Yeah,
I heard
that's fine.
Okay.
But not
So,
shields.
We don't have.
You don't have the shields on your bag; they wouldn't fit, so they're on the
need
ship.
Art to lock the door while this is happening.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm barricaded. I'm barricading it.
Interested in here.
Throw the mimic out the
The
window.
2 mimics. Let me get the stats on these real quick. Hang on.
Is it
Wait.
beer time?
We gotta figure out how to free your hand. I say open the
Here we
door
go.
and let him run wild.
Barbara.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
actually not a bad idea if they'll leave.
Well, Barbara is literally stuck to one. Like, mimics have an adhesive quality to them, to where when you make contact with them, they grapple you by default. All right, Barbara, it has advantage to hit you. First one hits, or excuse me, first one rolls. Does a 17 hit?
No.
19.
Damn. Yes.
The second one does get a bite on you. I need you to
Ow.
take 7 piercing damage and 4 acid damage. And they are making a good bit of noise. They are growling, snarling. And
Set him up.
with that, roll for initiative, motherfuckers.
Damn it! You had to open that. I was gonna say the
Shit.
middle.
Right.
So did Ark
We
lock
haven't
the
rolled
door
initiative in
yet?
so long.
Since you guys just did this, or since you guys touched the chest before you knew to lock the door, and didn't verbalize it before, I'm probably gonna say no on that. The door is not locked.
But Ark is
So-
barricading it. He did say earlier.
Yeah, I did declare that. I am standing in front of the door.
I did not hear that, but I'll allow it.
He did.
Thank you.
Don't worry,
Alright.
I heard it as well. As
You can go. You can go back. Yeah.
trustworthy player.
Goldbrand. Who the fuck says you're trustworthy?
One.
Goldbrand, what do you got?
One.
What? Oh! Okay, Bergen.
3.
3. Davos.
19.
19! Do me a favor, go into Fredboat, type in play, or excuse me, /play battle music, and then if you'll also hit number 1 when that pops up.
Dude,
Pandora,
how does
24.
that even work?
go into Fredboat's /play. Arc,
23.
23! Excellent. Z,
20.
not bad rolls.
We gotta womp these things, man.
They rolled pretty piss poor too, so y'all might get lucky. Pandora, this thing sinks its teeth in you, and you feel its saliva begin to dissolve into you. What do you do?
Yeah, I can't just shoot it, can I?
No, you've got one hand on it. You cannot pull this hand away.
So to unadhere myself, what kind of check is that?
You'd have to make a strength or an athletics check against the creature. Excuse me, athletics or acrobatics check against the creature.
I'm gonna try and break free because Pandora's kind of panicking. Her fur feels sticky. She's not happy about it.
Oh shit. Motherfucker. Thank you.
Set the
Took me
mood
a
here.
second. It's very unintuitive the way it's built.
A 23 is very good. I think you managed to get out. Let me double check.
I better.
Yes, no, you do escape. You pry yourself off of it. That uses your action. You still have your bonus action.
So I can hide now.
If you choose to.
Yeah, because
Make-
now I'm mad
make
at
a
it.
s-
I'm gonna shoot it.
Make a stealth check as we round to Arc.
30.
All right. So here. The one that Pandora is not adhesed to.
I'm not
Okay, this
adhered
one-
to it anymore.
Oh, you're not adhesed to it anymore.
No, I broke free and stealth.
All right,
I think
cool.
I
Well,
technically had these backwards.
if that's the case, from across the room, I am going to use Moore's Dredge's Moore attack, which is the ranged one.
Fantastic. That locks it down into place, yeah?
If he fails a strength save,
And what's that DC?
16.
Oh, he rolled an 18, and I think they do have a positive.
Stupid.
Yeah, they do. So he resists the more, but he does take the damage. So go ahead and roll the damage on that. Or is it half the damage on a pass? I forget.
Wait.
I think it's the full thing.
No,
you still have
it's full.
okay. You still have 2 attacks. Well, you have a second action attack and a bonus action.
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at him one more time and then swing at the other one with my bonus action.
Cool, cool. Roll your second swing.
And boom. Keep forgetting I can attack with this guy.
A 12 does not. So now you have to attack with your other weapon, the douse.
Oh no, no.
That does hit.
Someone needs
Roll
to
damage.
lock the door.
All right, that's your action, bonus action. You can move as we go to Z.
I'm gonna ask.
Not staying in front of the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask and make sure that Ark is not standing directly in front of these things. Is I cast this Reams? I think it's how you say it, Reams Binding Eye.
Binding Ice. I think it's Rhyme,
Rhyme.
but I'm not entirely sure.
Not really sure.
Burst of Cold Energy, 30-foot cone, fantastic. Constitution save. What is their Constitution? Let's find out together, shall we?
There's the
It is a +3.
damage. It would be.
One got a nat 20. I'm going to say that's the blue one. 14 damage or half?
Let's find out.
Takes
Yeah.
half as much and isn't hindered. Okay, so the red one takes full damage and is grappled.
Okay. So the red one can't move at all unless something breaks it free. So that's one less to deal with.
Correct. And then the other one takes the 7 damage. All right, bonus action.
Bonus action. I am going to forget that I have bonus actions sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do my typical Magic Stone generation. Have it on
Okay.
standby.
Davos, what you got?
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on blue.
Blue, fantastic. Constitution save. It's
And,
got to be a 13.
Should be a Wisdom save.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at Rhymes Binding Ice. Wisdom,
second.
he's a little worse in. He's got a 17 total. What's your DC?
15.
Okay, so he passes that, unfortunately. He is going to take half that damage, is that correct?
Reading.
Half of that would be 9.
Yep, half. And he doesn't
Okay.
have to move.
Bonus action.
Skip. Yeah, nothing.
You could use
Hey.
your rapier.
Yeah, I was gonna, but I didn't know the details, so I didn't want to bog the game down. But yeah,
No,
I
yeah.
wanna do that.
Anytime you can make anytime. I think you can use the bonus action to attack with it if you attack with your main action, or you can attack with your main action with it. But then, so yeah, you can swing with it. Go ahead and swing to hit with the Bard's Dance rapier. You guys
miss.
watch as no, actually that hits. They're dense, blocky things. They're not very agile. You guys watch as Davos whistles, and almost Yondu style, his rapier flies out of his hilt and then stabs into into the mimic. And as it does, this sort of brackish green black blood starts to ooze from it, and it actually hits the carpet and begins to dissolve into the rug a little bit.
I will do an extra 1d with the charge.
Sure. Yeah. For future reference, I think you have to say that before you declare the attack. Just for
Okay.
future reference. Because I think that's one of those... If it says on a hit, then you don't have to. But if it doesn't say that, then you have to declare...
Okay,
When you make
it does
the
say
attack.
when you hit an enemy. So-
Okay, so you're good. These two get to go. One of them is bound, but he does have... Oh, it's not ranged. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, he's going to try to get out of the ice. That was a DC 16. Wait, hang on. Or until another creature within reach of it uses an action to break away the ice. So it can't do it itself. Interesting. All right, so the one beside it, yeah. He got a nat 20. He's going to shatter the ice beside it, freeing up the red one, who's then going to move toward Bergen since he's in the front there. He's going to go with his pseudopod tongue. That is a 21 to hit. Without your shield, does that hit you, Bergen?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, this tongue lashes out and wraps itself around what normally would be your shield arm, and you feel as this acid starts seeping in between your armor. You are grappled, take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and 4 points of acid, for a total of 11. As we go to you, Bergen, you've just been tongued.
Oof.
It sounds like a good Friday night.
Getting tongued with my bros on a Friday night. Alright. So I guess I'm going to make a strength to get out of this.
Athletics or acrobatics?
So you don't technically have to. You just can't move away from it. You can still hit it at no disadvantage or anything. You can still cast your spells.
I see.
I just want to verbalize that.
It is an important note because we're in such a small space. Like,
Yeah.
you have to get away.
Well,
The 12 is unsuccessful. So you still have your bonus action.
Gonna do a spiritual weapon.
Get it. 17 does hit. He takes the 10 points of damage as you whack him upside the head with a spiritual mace. Goldbrand.
Goldbrand's gonna do what Goldbrand does. He's gonna hit first. He's gonna hit the one that has Pandora with his greatsword.
No one has Pandora. She got out.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Only
If
Bergen is grappled
if
right now.
Bergen's grappled, he's gonna hit the one that's got Bergen.
Okay. Are you trying to damage it or are you trying to knock it off of him?
That's the thing.
I will allow it to be a thing.
The second one.
Okay. I'm gonna add a bit to its DC. Or no, I'll just make it the check it would have to make for a grapple. So yeah, go ahead and swing to hit, and you've got a beat. 14 plus 3, 17.
20.
I rolled a
20, yeah, fantastic. You cleave through the tongue, and again, this brackish liquid splashes across the floor, eats away the rug, and begins to sizzle at the wood beneath you.
Oh.
Do I get to roll damage for that too?
Not if you're doing it to knock him loose, no.
Okay, that's fine. Bergen.
Well, for a nat 20, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Not raging, so just that.
17, fantastic. It's looking in pretty rough shape. At the top of the initiative round.
Wait a second,
Oh, I'm
I
sorry,
get to do
you
it
have a
again.
bonus action.
I get to smack it
Go ahead.
again.
Go ahead.
No, I get to smack it again. That was an attack, right?
That's what I'm saying, go ahead!
Get it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's exactly what you needed. The first one goes down. Bergen, you are no longer grappled. The blue one is still there. At the top of initiative, you hear that the clamor has caused a disturbance. The acid is actually leaking through to the floor below, and you hear people screaming beneath. The ship is on very high alert. Guards come banging on the door. They actually try to break their way through. Ark, make a athletics check for me.
We're gonna have to
I'm
jump
gonna-
out this dang old window, guys.
Oh
There
no!
are... Oh!
Alright, can I try one thing real quick?
What's your one thing? And we'll see.
Alright, Dredge has an ability. It's drop anchor. It's a lot like Thor's Mjolnir. I'm gonna set the anchor in front of the door so they can't open it.
It's technically a bonus action or an action to cast that, I think. It's like an immovable rod.
Okay.
Whatever. But that is a great idea. Unfortunately, they both
I
rolled
was gonna do that
fives,
last.
but not one.
Yeah.
The door is pushed open as two guards begin to make their way in. They're going to make a couple of slash attacks on...
Oh, question,
On
Joey.
Ark.
Is Avalon stabbing things with the rapier?
She is going to be in this in the end of initiative round, so she's coming up next. As
Okay, I
well
was
as the...
making sure.
No, you're good. One of them misses. Does a 16 hit you without... Oh, you don't have a shield anyway. 16 does not hit you.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to Ark.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, other than swinging,
He's been bragging about
that's
his AC.
that's better. A 22 and a 19. Do either of those hit?
22 hit.
22 hits. All right, I need you to take 8 points of slashing damage as it comes at you with the scimitar. You hear the momentum building up. The octopus actually crawls out of the cage and jumps at Bergen.
Oh!
I'm sorry, but you're the closest one to the cage.
It makes the most sense for some reason.
A 19 athletics check from a fucking octopus. A normal octopus, not even a giant octopus. Bergen, make an athletics or acrobatics check. As he does that, Avalon's going to rush up and she's going to stab the other mimic. She's going to make 2 swings. She gets a +5. Both of those hit. She's going to deal... Oh, Bergen, you're grappled by an octopus.
Wow.
The remaining mimic looks pretty rough. It is in bad shape. With that, we go back to the top of the round. Pandora, you see that you guys have been discovered. You see people actually looking up from the holes, looking from the floor beneath you up through the holes at you guys. The chaos, you see Ming is locked eyes and begins to make her way for one of the staircases. You guys have a very limited window of opportunity. You know that she gets up.
We need to jump.
How far
Water
are we
breathing.
from wherever the heck we're sailing to? That's what I want to know.
You don't know. It's been several hours into the night.
Yeah.
If
If we're out in
I
the
will
sea,
say,
that's not good. If we're in the river, we can get to a bank.
you're in the river. Yeah, the ship doesn't actually go out to sea. It goes from Yatar all the way down the river to Waterdeep, and then goes back.
And we know how wide the river is, right? Like, it's feasible that we could swim to a
Yeah,
bank.
I mean it's a pretty broad river, but it's not it's not impossible by any means.
Pandora, there's no pirate code where if you kill the captain, you're now the captain.
Also, not the captain.
I don't think they're gonna honor that here. Honestly.
Yeah, they don't seem like
So, honestly, I can make us breathe underwaters. If we want to just bails, now's my times.
I don't think
I can
can
walk
do
on
it.
water. I'll just run to the shore.
8.
Yeah, it's water walking. That's right.
Oh, technically I do too. I forgot I took that ring.
Yeah, dude.
What's the plan, Pandora?
I think we should all jump out. Is everybody jumping with me if I jump?
We gonna bail?
I think we should bail.
All right, let's bail.
Let's
So, I
bail.
guess,
All right,
are we still in
Pandora, make a deck save. Okay, you clear the window, you make it into the water. You still have your action bonus action. I think you have something that casts water breathing on you.
I have my mariner's armor, which gives me swimming speed, and I have water breathing.
It doesn't let you water breathe, but your coat does. Your captain's coat.
The mariner's dragon scale mail says that you have water.
Oh, that's right. You have the special perk. No, you're right. 100%.
And then also,
yeah,
I do
you're
have
safe.
my captain's pride, so like swimming doesn't cost me, and I also get like double breathing underwater. Okay, maybe before I jump out the window, I want to put that coat on Avalon.
You know that she would have to attune to it.
Oh,
it would take
fuck,
time.
never mind.
But you do know that Goldbrain can cast it on other people. It's not a one-person spell. So
Fair.
you make it out through the window. Ark, you've got 2 people by you. You can try to make a jump for it, but you're going to have to... They're going to get attacks of opportunity.
Where are they in proportion to me? They're in front of the door?
Yeah, they've sort of pushed the door open, and you're right there sort of preventing them from moving further into space.
Alright, I am gonna run for the window, but before that, I am going to use my breath weapon.
Fantastic.
Into the hallway to set the hallway on fire to keep people from following.
Oh.
Fantastic. All right, go ahead. And what's their save on that? A dex save, I think.
The boat. The poor boat.
The poor slaves.
I know.
Like chaos, right?
Yeah, it's a deck 16, yeah.
Both of them fail. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah.
Mike, we should have given the keys back to our satyr friends to start unlocking people.
20? God damn, fantastic.
Yeah,
you
I rolled
exhale
for-
this
I rolled-
plume
it's 3d10,
of flame and begins to catch the ship's walls on fire. Both of these guards are incinerated, blasted back, and blackened. They have exactly 20 hit points.
Wow.
You've managed to down both of them. You have a free shot for the window. Make a dex save for me. For the jump for this, we're going to say it's fairly easy. It's a 10. Fantastic. You climb through, jump into the water, you're gone. Z.
And I superhero land on the surface.
Yeah.
Man, I was gonna try to put the fire out, but I don't have any water-based spells, so...
At this point, it's not like a raging inferno. It's not,
Yeah,
you gather the ship is in imminent danger, but if they don't get it controlled soon, it will be.
There's enough people on here
Ming's
that
priority
can
will
rid
probably be
themselves.
putting it out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about
Yeah,
that.
that was my plan. Fire's really distracting.
Distract, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
What you
gonna
doing, Doug?
I'm just gonna scoot then. I'm gonna head for the window and be like, all right, whatever. And I'm glad to have water walking because fire and water don't get along.
Yeah, sure. You jump out. You could choose to ignore the water walking, by the way. You could choose to go under if you desire to. Make a dex save, and then we'll see if you clear the window.
Ooh.
Oh no.
You catch your shoulder on it. Take 6 points of bludgeoning damage because you were going full speed. Since you haven't taken an action or bonus action, I'll let you remake that check if you want to.
I mean, sure.
Roll under a 10 again for me, just please.
Comedy's value.
Please. You go out, you hit your shoulder, and you're like, fuck, and you try to roll out the window, and you do, but you hit the deck instead. Take another 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
And then I just crawl towards the water and land like flat on it like I'm water walking.
You have enough movement to where you can over and fall. You're hurting though. Like it was not a fun ride down. Alright, Z is good. I don't know why my combat tracker went away. Davos.
Is the octopus still on Bergen's face?
It is! Yeah.
God, I forgot about that.
Wait. Shout back when I'm jumping out the window. Bring him with you.
Yeah, fuck it. He's ours now.
So maybe once you hit the ocean, it'll like release and go be free.
Oh, he's not that big, I'm sorry.
Please tell me it is, just so Bergen can be like...
Slackwell burst through the middle of the ship.
I like how he's wearing a studded belt from like Spencer's Gifts from the year 2008.
Oh god.
You're right though.
Is,
Actually, Hot Topic had that same belt last week.
The blue mimic is still alive?
It is, but barely. It's looking rough.
I would kind of like a backhand, like, ugh! Like,
Yeah, give it a swing.
yeah. Like, I see everybody running, I'm turning to run them, but then kind of like half back and turn and slash them.
That totally hits. You don't even got to roll damage because your bonuses are enough. You skewer right through it. Again, the thick black-green acid just begins to bleed through the floor. Actually, the first mimic, who is bleeding more heavily, actually falls through the floor and lands with a wet thud on the deck below. You hear people screaming and panicking. Make a dex save to try to jump out.
Someone needs to drop the keys to that satyr if that's below us.
Again,
You let him out.
Right?
We let him
you
out.
leap out.
Yeah, but he got to let everybody else out. Like, damn.
Well, he was also planning on leaving with you guys. Bergen,
Here's the signal.
there's an octopus on you. It's like clutching to your face. Like, what you do?
I just
I
imagine
guess-
Bergen looks like Davy Jones.
I like to think he's like taking his mace to try to hit it, but the octopus moves and he hits himself. What you got, Spence?
I guess I'm gonna make my way towards. I don't know if can I do that with this thing on my face, or do I have to try to get it off first?
It's a small creature, so it's not like holding you in place, but you can't get it off unless you take an action to try to pull it off.
Is it obscuring your vision?
Will it obscure my ability to swim?
Since they're gonna cast water breathing on you, I'm gonna say no.
Also, maybe it hits the
Okay,
water
it's
and
coming
it's like
with
Free
us.
Willy.
Yeah, I'm
It's coming
going
with you.
over. Yeah.
All right, deck save.
Saber check.
Save.
Save.
Should have a slightly higher boost with that one. There we go. All right, you clear the window. Octopus still on your face. Now that you're in the water, if you want to take an action to try to pull it off, you can. Or if
I
you
will
want to
do
do that
that.
before your jump, you can.
I will do that.
Roll athletics or acrobatics.
Be free.
Oh, he got a 19 again.
He loves you.
Okay.
guys, he's like, you go to pull him off your face and you succeed, but then it just wraps around your arm. All right, that brings us to Goldbrand. You're the last one in the room, other than Avalon.
Gets it out the window after all this trouble.
Yeah, pick her up and jump out.
I mean, she can run, right? Goldbrand would probably not follow me if he wants to live, but nothing to that effect.
Exactly that. Okay, make your deck safe.
Yes, sir.
And she's going to be right behind you, so I'm going to let her roll
I can
first.
see this technically, right?
Mm.
I'm not raging.
You're also drunk.
What do I mean?
It stumbles at the
Flop, flop,
Yeah.
flop.
You don't even get your shoulder. You full on hit a foot lower than the window is and slam into the wall. Roll an unarmed strike out of curiosity.
Can I go? Yeah, can I just plow through the wall like Kool-Aid Man
Right.
style? Blap. Unarmed strike.
I'll say 8 damage. You'll break through the wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kool-Aid Man style runs off the ship. I might fall down.
Oh,
Can I
man.
cast water breathing on up to 10 willing creatures?
Make sure
Up
to get a key.
10? You can certainly, yeah. Do you have to see them? Because Avalon and Akik are both inside.
Oh, let me check. Oh man, surely that's the signal, Akik.
Wait, did you roll your unarmed strike? I don't see it.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I
Just
thought-
want to see if you
But you
plow
did
through that wall.
damage instead. Oh, I see.
If you do 8 damage, you'll blast through.
I do not see this option.
Unarmed strike?
Should
Yeah.
be in
Under
your
your actions.
weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Attack.
think that's a
mine is
default
called
thing.
Centipede Strike. I apologize.
What the?
Okay, roll damage. Well, you guys know
No, that's
Goblin
it.
made this armor out of centipede things. Oh, 8 damage! It's poison, but technically it's only supposed to be part poison, part bludgeoning. We'll allow it. You burst your way through and land very unceremoniously. You hit the wall, your body flips over and crashes. You land on your back in the water. But you do cast your water breathing. Do you have to see them?
There's the cast so that up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range.
Oh.
You can't see Avalon or him at this moment, but I'll let you hold your action to do it.
Could I have use my bonus
Avalon's
action
gonna
to
jump next.
yell at a geek to come out?
Yeah, if I have water walking, can I just catch Avalon when she falls down?
Well, I will let you do that, Josh, but that will draw attention to your location.
Oh, biscuits.
Can I message?
At the top of you can, on your turn, at the top of the round, Avalon, I'm not one. She goes to jump through, and you watch, she has a clean dive, and then you see a large snake, an ethereal green snake, wrap around her. She has one hand on the door, she hasn't used her action, she's gonna try to escape its grapple.
Can I shoot it to help her since I'm next?
On your turn.
Yeah.
15, let me roll for the snake. Fantastic. She pries herself off of it. She likewise falls out of the ship, and she takes 6 damage. But she does make it to the water. You guys see that Ming, earlier, she was wearing this light sage robe that had snakes on it, that had jade eyes.
Ooh!
And you actually see that there were 2 across her chest, one of them is missing. This robe conjures these things. Everyone in the water make a dex save.
You got it.
Hey, I'll take it.
Oh, Bergen, Barbara. Who am I missing? Okay. Bergen and Barbara fail. Let me roll a couple of things.
No.
Oh no, they're D8s. Hang on.
This ominous pause is brought to you by Sweetwater 420.
Pandora and Bergen both take 36 points of lightning damage.
What?
The rest of you take 13 as she casts lightning bolt on the water. You
I
guys
try to
feel
redirect
this. Not without a firebending master. No, you are not. The guards are moving around. They seem confused as to where you are. Most of them seem to be trying to surge up into the top. You guys make a perception check. Everyone. Actually, never mind. Pandora's got it. And Davos. You guys are in the water. It is dark It is chaotic. The lights of the riverboat make it to where you can't really, your eyes haven't adjusted, you can't see much out. But Barbara, you look up, and just by the light of the moon, you see that there's something obscuring it.
Oh no.
It's your ship. The West Wind Wyvern has been tailing you and begins to make a descent toward you guys. At the top of the next round, it'll be there for you guys to climb onto. You see several of the guards rush to the edge of the water, and they're going to fire. They're going to fire at disadvantage because they're firing into the water. We're going to say that there's 4 guards doing it. They have multi-attack. First shot at Devos. Disadvantage does not hit. Second shot, Golbrand. Ooh, 17 plus something. Golbrand, take 9 points of piercing damage. Next one at Z. That's a 15 plus things. That hits. Take the same 9 points. This one's on Bergen. That one misses. This one's on Pandora. That one misses. And last part. That one misses. Alright, it's the top of the round. You guys can use your actions to try to dash away and swim as far away as possible. The ship is still moving downstream. I think at the top
my shield.
It's on your ship, on the West Wind Wyvern. You're good.
Oh.
Also, oh no, not yet. You guys are all in the water. Avalon has managed to get herself in there. The only person not here is Akik, but at this point, you're like, better to get out of here than not.
I'm not
Pandora,
leaving.
what do you do?
I'm trying to think. Let's see. Can I use my bonus action first, or is that afterwards?
You can do them in any order you want.
Well, shit. No, that's a concentrate. Let me go ahead and is the snake that was coming after Avalon? Is it visible? Is it something I can shoot
No,
at?
it's in the room. I would say you could say Ming because she was looking out the window at you guys to cast the lightning bolt. So you could hit her if you choose to.
Okay, I'd like to shoot her before I turn into a slime waifu, I guess.
Ew. Why, Barbara?
I mean, it's a watery form. We all know that means slime waifu, okay?
This is true.
Do we all? Go ahead and roll the hit.
Oh, damn, that was a piss
13 does not hit. You're having trouble pulling back the bowstring properly in the water. You don't have a good stance. You fire off the arrow, but it does go wide. Bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift to my watery form with my captain's pride, so that I
Fantastic.
Have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and resistance to acid. So,
Ark, what do you got? I did not expect this to take the whole session.
I'm gonna make another ranged swing with my dredge at me.
Dredge, okay, 30-foot range. I'll say she's close enough for that. Go ahead. Fantastic. Roll damage.
Get her. Yanker.
6.
And if she wants to make a strength save for me.
She don't want to make a strength save. No, she don't want to at all.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
15!
Oh.
Hit me. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, it does not. She is locked down. Yeah. Technically, you're grappled around her. Like your chain of the anchor. So you swing up from the water, and it goes through the window and wraps around her one good time before like the anchor actually catches on the corner of the window. She can't move, but you're affixed to her. You're being pulled downstream now.
Between Wally and Ark, that window got busted.
Well,
okay. So.
Yeah, to be fair, Goldbrand went under it, and crashed through there. Ark didn't burst anything, but he roughed himself up a little bit. So you still have another attack if you want to make it, and I think with Dredge you could just, I don't know if it's an auto hit. When they're grappled, you can do something special with it.
When they're grappled,
he can use half.
He can use half his. He can move half his movement speed, but he can move her. So he can swim
I can
half
swing
his
her.
movement speed and pull her that many feet.
I would argue somebody anchored to a boat versus somebody being trying to pull them off of the boat. I would make it a high DC, but it could be done.
Well, I guess keeping in mind, he said he could walk on water. Yeah, as if it
Yeah,
was
I'm on top
stable
of the
So
structure.
yeah, so
that
he's
is
literally,
fair.
like,
No,
getting
that's
there
fair. I'll allow it. Yeah.
Stable.
Yeah, I'm on solid
Okay.
ground.
Do you want to try to yank her off the boat?
Oh yes, if she wants to make another strength save for me.
Well, he
That
he
way
can
she's
draw.
at-
He
she's
can just
at
walk
herself.
away.
Two. Well, he's not. But he's.
But he's not
Yeah,
even
but
in
I'm saying-
water. He's not inhibited by anything.
No. Now that I know he has water walking, yes, that is correct. But if he were swimming, I wouldn't allow him to. He's not a salmon. He's not going to swim with enough force to pull her off of a boat. That's moving the opposite direction.
Okay.
So she failed her save. You do yank, and she falls. I'm going to say she hits the edge of the deck on the way down and takes an extra 4 damage.
Hold on,
And
a second,
she,
Joey.
with a splash, she's in the water. Go ahead.
Hold on. While I'm also wielding Douse, I'm going to make a melee attack against her. As
Get it.
part of that attack.
I don't
That's
think it's
excessive.
part of
It's-
that. Oh, well, yeah, because you get to do 2 with one and 1 with the other. That's good.
Yeah.
So 23 certainly hits. Roll damage.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. I think you still have your bonus action. Or no, that was your bonus action was to pull her. So yeah, you're good. Okay.
The second pull was my bonus action.
So that's going to bring us to Z. The spellcaster's in the water with you guys.
And I'm assuming she's still, because this is happening pretty quick, like still by the boat where the guards were shooting at us and stuff.
She's by the boat. She's also sinking because she's wrapped in chain
You
and
said
an
this
anchor.
was the last round before our ship
She's
catches up
grappled
to
and
us,
restrained.
right?
Correct. Yes.
She can try to get out at the beginning of her turn. But...
How close am I? Well, I don't think she's going to be able to. Like, I'm pretty sure that if we let things lie the way they are, without their attacks, we'll just get picked up. I'm just questioning how guilty the people are on this boat of anything.
I mean, but she could be a Kraken Society member, and that's enough for Devin and Goldbrand to let her die.
Okay, fine.
to let her die, yes, but to let the ship die, I think is what he's saying.
If Devin and Goldbrand think that it's the case that we should do it, so I still want to yell to Akik, and I want to be like, "Jump to me, trust." But then I'm kind of pissed off because she shot lightning at me while I was in the water, which could have been super fatal. So I'm gonna cast chain.
Super fatal.
I'm gonna cast chain lightning at her, back at her, and the guards that were shooting at us from the edge of the boat.
I will warn you, you are in the water with her.
Don't zap us.
If you let
and
her
I'm
up, I
tethered to
think
her
you...
with a metal chain.
You just had to do it, didn't you?
You said it, it happened. No. I'll give you that brief moment of pause if you choose to change your mind.
Okay, he mentioned that there was a metal chain wrapped around, and I guess I don't want to electrocute our sorta.
All the arcs, arc to arc.
arc to arc.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in
Lightning.
that case, I think I'm just going to, no. That's the thing I wanted to do, and I'm not going to do it.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
No,
it
I
was-
would say you could cast it to the guards that are on the boat. And you can hit them, but if you hit somebody in the water, you're gonna probably have a bad time.
No, that's totally a fair call, and I probably shouldn't do that. That just sounds like a stupid idea.
Not a stupid idea, but
Whatever. I'll just cast Shatter at her, and sort of, how close is she still to the side railing of the boat? Like, is she close
what's the
enough?
radius on it? 20 feet?
It's only 10.
10-foot radius, so that's 4 squares. I'll say you can get her and 2 other guards.
Yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it.
What's their save?
It should pop up. No, it didn't pop up.
Constitution.
Yes,
No, it
Constitution.
Both of the guards fail. What is her con? Not great. She gets a +2, so she needs a 14. She fails. All 3 fail and take the full 23 points of damage. She is in really bad shape, and she's beginning to sink now. With a 23, you do kill the other 2 guards. You blast them back into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
There are still several guards around, but
and I want to flavor text my yell to Akik and ask him to grab something off the top shelf on his way out.
love it. With that, we go to Davos.
Those guards, are they all within 30 feet or? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I'd
say you guys are probably 20, getting close to that 30-foot point away from them. They're actually moving toward the rear of the ship to keep firing at you.
Suckers.
Hypnotic pattern, fantastic. Wisdom saves, they suck at these. Oh, 1 passes. Let me roll for 2 more. 2 pass. So, what does your hypnotic pattern look like? I think this is the first time you've cast it.
It's a bunch of like sheet music notes that just kind of like swirl around really quick around that 30-foot cube like a tornado.
I love it.
Rainbow
Davos
colored.
begins to pluck out a little bit of something, and as he does, the notes fly off and form almost a constellation of music notes that are like almost exploding like fireworks. And two of the guards are just like confounded by it. The other 2, not so much. Bergen and Goldbrand, and then it's the top of the initiative. What do you 2 do?
Like picture Davos doing a backstroke, like while he strokes his lyre, like wing.
It's an impressive physical feat. It's like rubbing your tummy and patting your head, but on hard mode. Goldbrand, what do you do?
Man, Goldbrand kind of wants to keep swimming. Goldbrand wants to grab the octopus off of Bergen's face and make sure it doesn't swim away.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Not so much make sure it doesn't swim away, but he wants to take it off of Bergen to get it off of Bergen, but
I got you.
I want to make the point he wants to hold on to it. Like, he doesn't want to let go of it when he pulls it off of him.
Make your athletics or acrobatics. Interrogate the octopus.
Goldbrand can talk.
What do you know?
Okay, that does pass. Excuse me, you pass, it fails. So you do rip it off, and as you do, you hear these sharp... And you see, like, Bergen has, like, these red marks all over his face. It looks like he's got some kind of disease. Octopus pox! Octopox!
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Pentapox.
They're not Pentapox, thank you, because they're not octopuses, they're pentapuses. No, excellent. Yeah, you do grab it off. Make another athletics check to try to hold on to it, to keep it, to basically grapple it instead. Okay? Okay. You do have the octopus pretty firmly. You have a bonus action. Firmly grasp it.
I have a bonus action. I can fuck with one of the guards. I can't. I'm gonna use my movement to start swimming towards the nearest bank, but I don't think I can do anything on my bonus action besides starry form, and I don't want to make us that big of a target.
Oh, glowing form in the water.
Maybe next turn I'll use a wild shape to turn into like a shark or some shit. Help everybody swim to shore.
Bergen, what do you got?
Alright, so everybody's like hypnotized, and we're dragging.
2 of them are hypnotized.
2 of them. Right? 2 of
the guards. There's 20 on the ship total. You guys have killed 4, so there's 16 that are around. Not all of them are on the deck. I'd say maybe 6 to 8 are on the perimeter of the deck that you can see.
Okay, and 2 of those are hypnotized. You said. Shit. I guess. So, are there any unhypnotized guards that are like taking shots at us?
Yeah. We'll say there's 4 that are unhypnotized. Yes, sir.
I will take a shot at one. Shooty mace.
Pop.
Ugh.
So those 2 are the... Oh, an 11 does not hit, unfortunately. So no purchase there. You do still have a bonus action. Your mace is still technically up. It's in that room, technically, but...
Oh, yeah.
I'd say with 30 feet, you could get it to where it could hit one of the other guards. Like, it could come out and then down just enough.
I will give that a try.
Oh, a 12 does not hit either. I'm sorry. Tough break. As we come to the top of initiative, the guards are firing off more arrows. There's 6 of them that are available to fire, so there's going to be 1 each. It is disadvantaged because you're in the water. Davos! Miss. Goldbrand! 15. Yeah, so this one hits you. Take 9 points of piercing damage. The 2 16s? Yeah, your armor class isn't a 20, is it? Because they got a 19. Z?
Sorry, I was double muted. It's a 17.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you take 9 points as well. Bergen, that misses. Pandora, that also misses. And Art. Ooh. 19? I don't think it hits you now, does it? Fantastic. Excellent. So they fire off their rounds. You see that Ming,
Thinking.
Okay. She you see as she begins to rise from the water, she has cast Fly on herself. She's still grappled. She hasn't used her action, but she's gripped onto the edge of the boat. Now, at this point...
Now, I should make the point that she's grappled. She cannot move anywhere. Her movement speed is 0.
Yeah, she's grappled and restrained.
Can I argue
And
for the sake of Joey and say that I feel like casting Fly lets you hover without
Yeah,
movement?
it's kind of weird how you want to quantify like the different kind of movement speeds, but restrained or grappled does not specify which movement speed that it produces.
Yeah, but best judgment for the actual situation, I think... I'm reading the Fly spell, hang on. It does give them a fly speed, and she is...
This says a grappled creature's speed becomes 0. It can't
Understood.
benefit
I
from
swear
any
I've seen
bonus
Reddit
speed.
posts where they'll grapple a flying creature just to drop it to 0 speed.
Well, if it had wings, I would allow that. Like, if you were grappling a harpy and you chained it up, I would say that it plummets. This is a spell. I'm going to say that she can do it. She can't move any further than the chain is, which was the distance that it was when he threw it, about 20 feet. But she is out of the water, at least, which is what she was aiming for. But the Westwind Wyvern begins to come down. They drop over 2 rope ladders. The ship is here. You guys need to get onto it. Since you guys actually have a pretty good chunk of your turns before the enemies, I'm going to say that you all managed to get a hold of it.
Is a Keek here?
Well, we're about to get there, because he also moves at the end of the round at initiative. Everyone in the water is on the ship, including Avalon and the octopus. And as you guys are about to take away, you see a Keek actually appear on the upper level of the ship. And he backs up, and he runs, and he takes his mirthful leap as a satyr and jumps about 30 feet to where he just barely catches onto the ladder as well and swings with it, and you guys all manage to get onto the ship. The archers below pepper the ship with blasts. You guys might have taken a few extra points of damage, but you guys escape.
Yeah. Hopefully with
man.
a good bottle of liquor.
Yeah, he waves that same bottle of Twin Runes, and he's like flailing around in the air. And he's like, fantastic! We'll talk about making an exit. This is fantastic.
Just slap the ladder like my boy, you did it.
Avalon, now that she's on the ship, immediately just throws her arms around you, Pandora, and you just hear her, like, she's crying, but you just hear over and over and over, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And after the tightest hug that you've had in years, she loosens up a bit, and she goes, how did you find me?
Completely by chance. You know how I am. I just always seem to be in the right spot at the right time.
You were always the lucky one. Oh, fantastic. I hate that I didn't get to stab fucking Dryland in the eye, but I'll take it.
I mean, he had a fate worse than death there. I mean, drowning's pretty awful.
She goes, oh, he's still down there? She's on a ship. Well, she doesn't know exactly. She was going to fire a cannonball at him, but nah. She does, she actually takes the rapier and holds it out to you, and she goes, I don't want to use his steel. May I have your rapier?
Yeah, we can swap seas. You know, sisters, twins, we always share.
Absolutely. Pandora, go to your inventory and add the cephalopod saber to your inventory.
Ooh.
That tickled me. I
Isn't
hate it.
cephalopod a C, though?
Cephalopod.
But it's still alliteration because it's the sound that matters, not the letter.
Yeah, it's sound.
Squid saber.
Cephalopod cutlass. Not alliteration, but
Yeah, see, that doesn't work. Cephalopod saber.
Ooh,
You guys do manage to escape quite a ways. You feel the relief as your adrenaline begins to fade a bit. Captain Tajin asks you where you're headed. Where's the destination?
Southern Isles.
are we going straight there, or do we need to go back to Nightstone for anything?
I've got a ship. Can I just leave my ship in Waterdeep for a hot minute?
You can, but if you say this out loud, Tajin goes, if we have 2 vessels searching, we could probably find him quicker.
Y'all take me to Waterdeep. I can get my little shippy ship.
Yeah, me and
He said-
Pandora can pilot that ship.
He adjusts course, and thankfully you guys are just at a point where the river bends up ahead, so you guys can actually like cut that corner to try to get there first. Let me put you guys back on this map. Fantastic. You guys.
I
Sorry,
want
go
to
ahead.
hear longingly in the distance as I remember that there was a lower deck we never explored.
Oh, there was.
And one treasure chest that you never unlocked. Plus whatever was in
yeah.
that octopus's little treasure chest.
I was gonna
So many
ask,
questions
I was
left
gonna
unanswered.
ask a tiny mimic.
Well,
God,
so, that would be adorable.
baby
Okay, rewriting it. No, I'll tell you since you guys managed to get out. The octopus guarded the treasure chest that was in it. It had a lower DC to be spotted than the octopus itself. So the goal was you see the treasure chest, try to get it, and the octopus gets you. The treasure chest itself just had a key, but if you passed a check, you would realize that the treasure chest was exactly identical to the one real chest, and the other two were clearly the mimics. You guys, Pandora, like 2 weeks ago, you mentioned the mimic being your favorite creature, and I'm like, perfect.
Which is why I knew that. I was like, there are 3 chests, they're mimics.
So does Goldman still have the octopus?
You do.
Can I come poke him in the head?
Are we gonna put him in the moat?
Yeah, so I was thinking.
You know,
We should have an aquarium.
Should I-
like in Nightstone, right?
we have a giant octopus in the moat. Should I
Yeah.
ask him if he wants to come with us? Goldman can talk to
Can we
animals for those
befriend
of
the
you
octopus?
that don't know.
This is your octopus now, Goldbrand. You are now the.
Make an animal handling check with advantage, since you can talk to it. Your animal
I
handling.
mean, I can cast that at will, which I didn't realize till today, so I don't have to prepare it. So Goldman, since we're on the topic, we'll go ahead and cast Speak with Animals.
Go ahead.
And he will ask it if it wants to live in the moat with his big octopus.
Roll one more time. 17's much better. Initially it's like big octopi eat small octopi. That's a terrible idea. But it's like, you got any fish?
Other fish in the moat? I don't know. Goldman would know, I guess. Yeah.
Technically, the octopus fishes in the river itself. There's not fish in the moat. It climbs out of the moat while holding its breath, hunts in the fresh water, and then comes back. So you can say yes. The octopus seems more or less agreeable. Do an insight check.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not sure.
with a 10, you can't really ascertain much, positive or negative.
What do you know
You
about
guys-
Lord Casper Drylands? I can talk to this thing for 10 minutes.
He goes, well, he fed me scallops and mollusks, so I was pretty all right with the dude.
Gobs of mollusk. Do
It's
you know
a
anything
kind of
about the
seafood.
very big octopus? The biggest ones.
He goes, he goes, Lord Dryland would talk of him. He would get searing headaches that he believed to be messages from the Kraken. But some of them were just static, not coherent, but just ambient noise that caused him his headaches.
Forbidden knowledge.
Eldritch speak.
How did the captain obtain use?
Purchased me from a drow man with a traveling caravan of animals.
Can I make
That
an
didn't sound made up
insight
on the
check?
spot at all.
It sounds like, what's his
What?
name?
It does fit the description, of
I can't remember his name.
Clyde Swiftfoot.
Okay. Do I believe him?
Inside check. Yep, Octopus has got no motivation to lie, really. He's not really happy with you guys because y'all kind of came in and murked his dad, but
Do
Hey,
we
we
have
give him
any
a few scallops, he'll be happy.
Yes.
I will say somewhere on the ship there are rations of seafood variety, and y'all could feed it, and it seems more or less amicable. It does need to breathe every hour, seawater, and you guys are a good ways away from seawater.
I was gonna say Pandora's gonna look at it every now and then and just kind of lick her lips, just nem lem lem.
Oh no! Don't do it.
Roll a
I
D4.
mean, if it's gonna die before we can get it to saltwater anyway.
Someone roll a D4. It's going to take you 3 hours to get to Waterdeep. Which is longer than the octopus can last.
Oh,
You can't just go down and like hold them underwater.
we're
Or
in a
get
river.
Get a giant
river.
jug.
Roll a history check. Well, that's freshwater, though. It can't breathe freshwater.
Oh,
Anyone who wants to can roll a history. Well, any of the original 3 can roll a history check.
The
where is an
original 3?
ocean? Yeah, the original 3.
Who the hell's the original
18.
3?
Bragan remembers that you
me and
guys have a
Thing of
sapphire
endless
that will
water.
summon a water elemental.
Yeah.
You're not certain as if it can breathe in a water elemental, and you think it's only one use item. So you could, but it's kind of
Gorban
Kinda
says, not an octopus. Should I just kill those things? I don't think it will survive the journeys.
Can we just
the,
throw
octo-
it overboard?
the octopus begins pulling itself away because you still have speak with animals up.
Do
We can't like take some salt
Well,
from our
listen,
stores
yeah.
and put it in fresh water and try to like recreate a saltwater
We
environment.
have the
That's not how salt water
we have
works.
the decanter of endless water. If we boil it with salt
Exactly.
in it under a tarp, we can technically make salt water. I know this.
That's exactly how
Come on,
saltwater
Joey,
works. What are you talking about?
I love how
Sorry,
the party's
it-
over here trying to figure out how to make salt water, and Golbrand's just contemplating how far he can throw this octopus
Don't
over
eat
the edge of the...
octopus. You're not.
You
You're
better
not
not
trying
throw
out.
it. I'm gonna eat it if we're getting rid of it.
Goldbrand's trying out for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, let's see how far I can throw this thing, and the rest of us are just like, please don't
It's
die.
actually the Chicago Blue Bears, but yeah.
Nice.
You can. I will say. Fuck it. Yeah, you guys managed to make, with the materials you have at hand and in the bag, an impromptu. You take salt from the rations barrels that have like salted meat in them. You set up the decanter of endless water. You guys get a fire going, and manage to create a small soft water tank in a barrel, more or less. And the octopus can breathe every hour. It survives the trip to Waterdeep. Which you guys arrived just before dawn. You could just begin to see. Now you guys are way up. Everything in front of you, approaching the ocean, completely black. But way behind you, you're seeing the first few signs of pink and yellow as the sun is beginning to rise. Davos has brought the dawn. You guys only get 3 hours to go there, so you can all take a short rest.
Ooh, yay!
I'll tell you not to stress it too much because there's no checks or there's no combat coming up. We're going to try to power through one last thing and get you guys on the sea. You guys approach Waterdeep, which for Z, you've probably... Actually, all 6 of you have seen it at this point. Waterdeep is a very popular port town. It's one of the larger cities in Faerun. So Pandora and Orc, you guys have been here several times. You've been ran out of here a time or two. Everyone else has been here, at least walking through the town to get somewhere else. So you're all at least somewhat familiar with it.
Golbrand hates it.
You guys approach the southern point. There's Pandora and Ark know where the dockmaster's post is. The ship gets within the bay and actually drops into the water and begins to make its way toward one of the docks. Pulls up, and as you do, where'd it go? The dockmaster is this ornery-looking dwarf. He's got a black beard that's interbraided into his mustache and has several fine adorned gold bands. He seems to be talking to a couple of other dockhands at the moment and hasn't noticed your approach. How do you want to do that?
I mean, I got my deed, so I'm just kind of... I need my boat.
You go up and present him the deed. He looks at it, and he looks up at you and goes, you won this on the Grand Dame.
Absolutely.
And managed to beat the ship here.
Listen, I got a little seasick, and thought a good cold swim would ease my tummy troubles.
Roll a deception check.
Am I still getting advantage on this?
I'll say deception or persuasion.
Can I help?
Well, I was gonna say, am I
Not with
getting
your deception and persuasion.
Yeah, but if I say something, does it help her?
am I still technically in my fancy duds?
Well,
Yeah,
I'll save you guys. I'll save you guys the trouble. You are in your fancy duds, but a 17 passes, so don't sweat it.
Okay.
He shrugs a bit and pushes the deed back to you and goes, "Honestly, I'm glad to be rid of it. Lord Dryland had a crew bring it in months ago, and they left the damn thing in my harbor. If you don't get rid of it in the next 24 hours, you're going to inherit his fines. 2,500 gold pieces."
Oh
He's
no,
gotta-
He can cover his own fines. You know, I know he's a responsible. You know.
Oh, he's good
adult.
for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he's good for it.
Goes, "Do you have a crew?"
I've got enough experience that I can manage this. I've got enough people.
Yeah,
I
just
can-
point to me.
Yeah.
So if you guys gesture to the group of people there, he goes, "It's going to take more than 6 of you to sail this thing night and day. If you're going out for any lengthy period of time, you're going to need more people. You can go down to the Raven's Roost. It's a pub at the north end of the dock. There's typically sailors looking for work there."
Okay, I mean we can pick up a few
Alright, yeah, we
more
can hire a few people.
scallywags.
You guys head up to the Raven's Roost. I'm going to drop a picture in your chat so you homies can see what this looks like. That looks funky, but deal with it. The Raven's Roost is a nice enough tavern made from sun-bleached planks, driftwoods, and segments of scrapped and destroyed ships. It almost appears to be a mishmash of several different vessels put together. You walk in through the rear stern of a galleon, but up above it is like the hull of a giant's longboat that seems to have been modified into rooms. The oar holes are actually the portholes into the rooms to give them windows. You also see that a lot of it has been... Oh. I went the wrong way. Okay, here we go. You see that the top of it seems to be a broad fishing vessel that's like pointing straight up into the air, and there's nets and sails that make a variable canopy and provide shade and pathways from one level to the next to where you can climb up as you please. You see several figures moving around, even in the early light. Almost everyone seems to be drinking. Some of them are having their first round of the day. Some of them are wrapping up an all-nighter. When you go inside, you see that it's just as hobbled together as the outside is. Barrels and crates make up tables and chairs, and in place of a bar in the center of the room is a crow's nest. And along the mast behind it is a series of shelves that contain all of the bottles. Standing behind it, actually before that, you see there are a few people in the tables drinking, mostly dockhands and sailors enjoying their time ashore, some of them eating breakfast, others seeming to say farewells as they prepare to head out to sea. And behind the bar, you see a black Aarakocra. This is going in your strongholds and followers chat. Who is pouring someone a drink, and when he sees you approach, he goes, well, ahoy there, and welcome to the Raven's Roost. I'm Arvy. What can I get you to drink?
Nothing. The last time a guy talked like you, I passed out when I had a drink he
gee.
served.
Chief Garthakaya was a little bit higher, but you're not wrong. He goes, well, we've got grog and we've got swill, so take your pick.
I guess a grog.
I'll have whatever he's having. Points to arc.
I'll ask where a Keek's top shelf bottle's at. I brought my own.
I'm with this guy.
You guys are splitting that bottle. Well, go ahead and say -5 copper pieces for me, Devin. He goes, well, I don't believe I've seen you in here before. What brings you into the Raven's Roost today?
Just a couple of beautiful women looking for some fine, strong, able-bodied sailors to sail the 7 seas with us, and I just kind of put my arm around Avalon.
He goes, with 2 charmers like you two, you should have no trouble getting a crew together. What are you looking?
Burton.
Basically,
Hey guys.
you guys, this is Crunk. You guys,
Literally, I was about to say, I'm very confident I know this voice.
he asks you what you're paying your crew, and I'll put this in the chat just so you guys can see. Typically, a standard sailor's wage is 5 copper a day, meaning 5 silver in a 10-day and about a gold and a half a month. Not a whole hell of a lot.
No, we got the money.
Double.
You want to double it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
good to our people.
Just a draw in a
So,
crowd.
that's a gold a week, which is exactly what you needed for him to say. Well, If you're offering that much money, shit, I don't even work here. The bartender's passed out upstairs. I just started talking to people and serving drink. I'm more than happy to go on for a gold a week. I've even got a few friends over here who are pretty experienced. I've managed to, we've sailed together in the past, and I know that they're good at what they do. I was a bosun for many years before my ship was sunk by a rogue Lord's Alliance vessel. I was able to fly away, but my crew was not so lucky. Here, let me introduce you to a couple of my friends. And he points to 6 pirates over in the corner. Pirates, mercenaries. Ben, since you sent me yours and I know you have it, go ahead and describe your pirate NPC.
All right. Well, Angus McCruton is a halfling mercenary. He's got a long ginger beard that drapes to the floor, but he keeps it tucked into his belt. He's very brash, and he carries a warhammer.
And there's a picture of him in your Strongholds and Followers chat. Does anybody else have one prepared that they want to go ahead and tell us about?
I do if you want me to do it. I don't have a character description or that way, but yeah, so I created a character. He's a sailor. His name is Keed Sterwin. He is a human. He wears mostly safari gear. And has a couple of general character traits. He loves animals. He's not a big fan of fighting, but he will punch a stingray if he sees one.
God.
Watch out.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Keeb Sterwin, I hate you. Okay.
You're the reason I drink tonight, Josh.
I just hate that I didn't get it until you said the stingray thing.
You know,
Oh no, I got it right away.
Y'all talk about my jokes, jeez.
Who wants to go next? Devin, Barb, Spencer, Brandon. Who's got something? It can be just bullshit. Just give us a name, a race.
Jack Sparrow.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry.
John
I
Florida.
will spend
What race
a little,
is he?
I'll spend a little more time thinking about it, John.
No.
Florida.
What race?
It's a dwarf.
Dwarf. John Swallow the dwarf.
Actually, let's do Crush. You know who Crush is already.
Yeah.
Make Crush a pirate.
A large turtle gentleman. He talks a little bit slowly, but he's a rather big, burly figure. He seems likable enough. Warhammer. 2 Warhammers on your crew so far.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic. And as a general rule, Crush is, he's not afraid to get into the middle of things. He's definitely a physical character. I'm trying to think of what his class was.
He was a barbarian.
Barbarian, okay. So yeah, he throws down. Who's next?
Okay, I got one.
Okay, Barb?
Oh, okay. So, gonna make this kind of scallywag pirate fellow, with the gangly teeth, just a really short human, because he's not. I don't want him to be a dwarf, but I want him to be noticeably short.
Okay.
He's gonna be like gray-haired, obviously older, experienced. His name is gonna be Donkey, and I'm spelling it out for y'all. Donkey.
Donkey like Shrek or Donkey like Donkey?
Kong.
It's
You know,
K-E-I-G-H, so Donkey.
Well,
And
I'm more than happy to be on your ship if that's what you want. I haven't been on a ship in years, but I just love to keep people occupied because, you spend so much time at sea, you just got to keep yourself going. And, the best way to do that, they say that the more you talk, an object in motion stays in motion. So if this jaw's flapping, I'm still going, baby. And Don K.
I just want to let you know, I created a druid character once for a one-shot whose name was Zedius Turfley, and the only thing he transformed into was a mule. And he was a swamp druid, so.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Alright, Spence and Brandon.
I got a
actually
halfling.
Gotta get going, y'all.
Oh, okay, I get it, we are at that point in time. Thank you, my dude. Have a wonderful night, and I expect a random bullshit NPC next week.
Hammer step. Later, guys.
Catch you later, dude.
Bye, Fitz.
Brandon.
I got a halfling. His name is Norin Drago.
Norin Drago.
Yeah.
I don't see an obvious stupid pun right away, so I'm apprehensive, but I'm hopeful. Tell me a little bit about Norin.
He's probably the youngest guy there, maybe like 18, 19, and he loves playing drums. So he's always like banging on the side of the ship when he's hanging the sails.
No, fantastic. Yeah, you guys actually see him. He's got like this cruddy, not ceramic. It's like a thinly pressed tin. And he's taken his cutlery and he's just sort of, as you guys approach, he's just sort of passively like, oh, I can't really do the thing, but just kind of creating a little rhythm. Seems like a younger dude, but he seems more than happy to prove himself. And every ship needs a cabin boy. Harvey tells you, with these 7, counting Harvey, your crew is 13, enough to sail the ship day and night. But if you intend to have them sail without you at any point, if you guys want them to still do stuff while you guys are not on it, you're going to need to hire on a few more hands. There are several people around, and you do manage to get a crew. We're going to say a crew of about 20. And this gives you guys, counting the 6 of you guys, so there's 14 of them to fully run the ship while you're not there.
What about Avalon? Can I have Avalon on the ship since she was on my previous ship?
Yeah, if you have her on the ship, she won't be in Nightstone for whatever you may need her for. But you get to control where the ship goes, so you have a say of where they are.
I was gonna say it'd be good to have a man, like someone I trust on board, like wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So for the crew pay of 20, Angus. Oh, well, first Harvey tells you. So you could choose to either pay us half up front now or pay us the full amount in the harbor before we fully leave. For 20 people, 3 gold a month, you're looking at 60... Oh, Devin just got it. Wow.
What?
His name is Harvey Birdman. It's pretty fucking stupid. But hearing all of your characters, I feel much better. It's basically like the fucking Nick at Night meets Toonami lineup over here.
Goodness gracious.
So you can pay 60 gold now to have them all paid up for the month, or you can pay them 30 gold and then you owe them 30 when you get back to port.
Listen, man, I don't even want to haggle. It's 60 gold. Just freaking give them
the
power.
Y'all are fucking lords. This is nothing.
Give him 100.
Goldbrand finally has reached the point. This is the day where he scoffs and gives them 60 gold. Or gives them their pay or whatever.
Yeah. You pass out the gold, and you guys. It's funny. Angus actually pulls on your coat, Pandora, and he goes, "Captain, you should know that a drunk crew is a happy crew. There's a market down there where we can pick up some barrels of ale, wine, whatever you like."
I mean, I'm always down for having a supply of ale. I know.
Absolutely.
All my friends here also enjoy the ale.
Indeed. You can go down, and you can either get a barrel of wine, liquor, or beer, low quality or high quality, or you could buy a bottomless barrel of medium ale, nice wine, or shelf rum for those prices listed in the chat. So if you want an endless barrel of rum, it's 3k gold, but
it's endless.
I think our bank account looks okay.
I think we should get them the ale until they prove themselves. They gotta earn
Fair.
that, Rob.
You gotta start light and build up.
Yeah.
Alright,
if people are not so drunk that they're falling overboard and dying with a medium ale, we can consider the next 2 options.
Do we want to grab the bottomless barrel of rum to take home to Nightstone?
Yeah, we do.
The Nightstone,
100% we do. It's actually just for us. Y'all have saw through.
I was about to say,
y'all buy the two barrels?
Yeah.
The ale and the rum? Deduct 4,000 gold, put both of those in your chat. The crew's jaws all just collectively drop. Like, y'all not only paid them double their typical wage, you just dropped 4,000 on magic booze. They are fucking ready to go.
Everything we say.
You guys load up onto your ship, and Harvey seems fairly familiar with the crew's skills and skill sets. He begins assigning them tasks and positions. He even points out about 8 or so crew members to head below deck and rest, that they're going to be on the night shift. He tells them to take the hammocks, but leave the cabins for the crew or for the officers. I'm going to drop a picture of your ship. And when you see it, you're actually, now that you're a little closer, you're a little underwhelmed by it. The reason being that it's a beautiful galleon. It's large, sturdy, has fine cannons and 3 masks. But it is definitely a little past its prime. It's hardy, but you see a lot of the wood has been bleached by the salt water and the sun, even up as high as the crow's nest. You see clumps of dried seaweed hang about many of the masts, and barnacles seem to have made themselves at home all over. Anyone who wants to can make a investigation check, Pandoran Arc with advantage. Because y'all have experience with.
I rolled a nat 1. This is full circle, right?
You're already like 2 flagons deep in the bottomless ale. Pandora?
I thought I was rolling it, but now it's very upset with me. For some reason.
As it should be.
I am not.
Let me see.
Wait.
Yeah,
Try it again. Did it come through?
We're not a very intelligent group. In fact, for 3 of you, it's your lowest stat.
Yeah.
God, I swear to God, like, all of these are gonna come through all at once.
30 investigation checks.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh god, it's taken so long.
I just look
I'm
over at Goldbrand and I'm like,
crying.
the last 20 minutes of this session have been your punishment for being a stickler this whole time.
Ugh.
I'm not afraid to throw you off the ship.
Oh god, there we
There
go.
they are.
Oh God!
Okay, so you got a 16, which is a little lower than I was hoping for. But if this ship wasn't floating in the bay, it would almost appear to be a shipwreck. You gather this ship has been sunken before.
Yeah.
By something strong enough to pull it under, but with enough control not to destroy it. Very curious.
Oh.
There's only one creature be able to do that.
Davos on a boat for 2 seconds.
Your image was
I know.
fortuitous,
Arcanok can think
man.
of a few creatures.
He's got like a little strap that goes behind his knee and has like a peg here, and he's like bent his knee, so like he's like walking with a peg leg.
97 bards went into the water, 13 came out.
So Harvey seems to get the crew more or less in position. He asks, so what is the name of this fine vessel?
God. Well,
Captain.
Name it Phoenix themed.
Name it the cat's beehole.
actually, I was thinking of something like that. Like, I wanted to use the word pussy in particular.
I think
think it should be called Unsinkable 2.
The Unsinkable 2 is funny. I didn't hear what Ben said.
Oh, I said 9 lives.
Ooh.
9
that's
lives.
like
That's cute.
Okay, I like that.
I like that one.
Okay. He also asks, if now I was previously a bosun, so if you would like me to pick up that role, I'm more than happy to. But if you have a first or second mate, now would be the time to declare him.
She's back in Nightstone, but
Pandora.
Well, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Ark is still technically my first mate.
First mate. Okay. Second
Oh,
mate.
yeah.
I'll give that one to Avalon. She gets a promotion
I
from
figured.
Navigator.
She's like, normally I would be quite upset that you put me a second, but you did just save my ass. So you know what? I'll let this one slide.
What she gets for vanishing for so long.
The ship sunk.
A little bit of a cat fight.
you guys bicker a little bit, and Harvey's like, well, I hope the 9 lives thing is true. If we're already at each other's throats, it's gonna be a fun trip. We can go ahead and raise anchor and head out if you'd like.
I mean, unless anybody else has anything they want to do here.
While this is happening, she's on the boat. I just want to, because I'm still mad that we have not painted anything on the sails of our boat. I want to use minor illusion to like sort of do a very small like cat's butthole, like sort of propped up, like you're scratching the base of their tail, like right on the lowest sail.
Okay. Minor illusion's not permanent?
No, but I mean for the flavor of the situation, because the ship is sitting there waiting to be
Yeah.
stolen, it's gonna be
You know what?
a second.
Absolutely, yeah. Fantastic. You guys raise anchor, drop the masks, and begin to lead the ship through these massive gates. You guys look down here on your map on the southeastern portion. There are these enormous twin towers that are emblazoned with the Lord's Alliance emblem, and a thick chain web hangs between them. And as you approach, a bell rings, and the chain slowly drops down. You pass through 2 of these before you are out on the open sea again. Why are you laughing?
Look at the map. Look at the map.
What do you mean, look at the map? Oh, God. That's beautiful. Fantastic.
We're getting ripped off YouTube for this one.
You guys sail just south of the cat's butthole. And for the first time in months, Pandora and Ark, you guys feel like you're at home. I mean, the salty spray, the cry of the gulls, the stench of sweaty semen all around you, the taste of endless ale in your flagons. You just feel like with your return to the sea that villains and sirens alike are trembling as you approach. We're going to go ahead and call it a night there. Next week we will pick up with the search for King Hecaton on the ship, the Morkoth. It's just for a general update. 9 days until the full moon. 13 until the Feast of the Moon. You guys don't know when the forces of Bane Darkwind are going to be in. You believe that it's going to be beyond the 13, but knowing what you know from Lord Casper Dryland, if you guys don't find Hecaton before the Feast of the Moon, and he consumes him, he will flood the world.
Yikes.
That gives him
ships though. So
yeah, you'll be fine. Fuck everybody else.
I hear the news is like, not if I eat him first, and I hell at the moon.
There we go.
Is there a levy option for the starship that follows?
Yeah. You guys turn Nightstone into an island and begins to float. Fantastic. All right, my guys.
We're AOR
Thank
now.
you so much for joining us. It is. I did not expect it to take that long to get off the ship.
Right.
So I thought we'd get a little further, but that's okay. Just more fun and shenanigans. Hope you all have a very wonderful week. Please take care of yourselves. And is it Friday yet?
Is it Friday yet?
It is Friday.
Hey, did you guys?
Not anymore here. Ah!